Finish eating.
Chomping.
You just get to eat on camera.
What you eat?
That looks like Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. It was the most convenient and quick thing when we went to ship here.
I have gone to Chick-fil-A one time ever, and I was not impressed. Like, I don't think I would ever go back. I don't get the Chick-fil-A craze. I didn't like it. Like, I didn't, the food wasn't even, it wasn't that it was just whatever. It was like, I didn't even like it.
Hey, welcome to everybody.
Oh, hi, everybody. We're live. Brad.
Yeah.
Chris,
it's really,
I don't know where.
I was going to say it's good here. The one thing about Chick-fil-A is they're very, very efficient. That's maybe one of the best things about it. Like somehow,
I don't know if that's a criteria that I would want to put on where I would want to go.
The food is good. You get what you order. You always get everything you order, and they can somehow have like 2 lines that are like backed up 12 deep, and they can still get you through there in about 3.5 minutes. They're just spectacular at that.
The Chick-fil-A here, or the one in Sioux Falls, is about an hour away. I think they're only about a year old, and their lines are backed up like through the parking lot to where they have people outside with like tablets taking orders before you get to the drive-through. But
same here.
I don't know. I don't get it. The food's not even. I didn't think the food was even good. I wasn't impressed. Not impressed enough to go sit in a line that's wrapped around a parking lot. Like, that's just insane.
Hey, Upstate Picker Jordan. I didn't even realize, for some reason I hadn't seen your videos, and I actually watched one of your videos last night. I saw you pop up and watched the video. Pretty good, dude.
Yeah, his videos are good quality videos. I like him.
He's natural. He's a kind of
one of my new favorite channels.
It's very, very natural.
If I was a good person, I would comment and like on those videos as I watch them, but I usually watch them on the TV. So you don't. I never really do that.
Same.
Bearded Picker.
I was actually watching it on the TV last night, so I don't think I liked her. I did subscribe, but I don't think I liked the video. Maybe I did.
Teresa brought me home some new postcards, so I kind of sorted through those. There's about a dozen real photo postcards in there that are pretty cool. I'll tell you what, Brad, I told you about the YouTube channel I'm posting card stuff on, right? Like the postcard stuff on.
Yeah, I've been watching them.
Have you really?
Somehow, probably based on my geographic location, we stumbled into a whole bunch of Minnesota postcards. Boy, those ones are getting some traffic right now.
They're getting some hate.
Some hate. Oh, wow.
Well, the videos are. It's mostly just like political comments and nonsense, but
yeah,
pretty good traction on YouTube just because they mention Minnesota.
Well, good timing, I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess any engagement's good engagement on your videos.
Channel, yeah, I don't mind. They're not selling postcards, but they're helping the channel, so whatever.
Yeah. No, Jordan, your videos are. You say you have no idea what you're doing, but what you do translates really well on the screen. You seem natural at it. So
yeah, you're miles ahead of where we were when we started. I can tell you that. It's hard to be natural on camera. It's very difficult.
Yeah, you don't seem like you're struggling any at all, so that's good. Yeah.
Most people turn that camera on as soon as the red light comes on. They're a little bit robotic, me included. When we first started doing videos, that's such a hard skill to hone. It's really difficult to be natural on camera.
Yeah. The other thing is in recording music and stuff like that, there's a thing called red light syndrome, where as soon as the red light, people can do it when they're just like, just person. But whenever the red light goes on, they immediately start flubbing and being like, okay, wait. They have to do it over. It's like that red light just puts some kind of undue pressure on them.
It is a lot of pressure. I don't know why. It took us a few years to get out of that.
I've emptied 21 totes.
21 totes empty.
Are empty. Go down.
Nice.
So what you
Teresa's
guys
been doing?
Sorry, what was that?
I said Teresa's been doing inventory. She's got down to 21 totes emptied.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you guys been doing to start the year, and it kind of cut out. I didn't know if that was on my end or your end. So, but
just Teresa's been doing
I've
inventory.
gone through 107 totes that are done, and I have like 8 or 9 totes left, and then shelves.
awesome. Hey, Kat.
Morning, Kat.
Eric, Lag, Scott. Yeah, I don't know. My weight loss challenge is out the window for the first 2 weeks of this year.
What up, Teresa?
we got
Glad to see me.
We
I know.
Good morning, Scott.
I was
We
talking
started-
bad about you today.
Did y'all hear the news that got announced a few minutes ago?
What's that?
Flip or
Josh they're releasing Flex tonight.
I heard. Yep, I was watching that before I came out here.
So what is that exactly?
I'm
It's the
behind the bubble wrap. How's it going?
it's the individual listing, so you don't have to do everything in a batch.
Oh, nice.
So it
You
is
can still do it in a batch of like 10, can't you? Is that what I heard?
yeah, 10's the max.
Okay.
It's because it takes the resources to categorize and then make the listing. So 10's also there's some limitations that one of the big problems they've had to overcome is the API. If you're sending in listings via API that are not all in the same category, eBay limits you to 25 per hour. And so
Did it really?
yes, and nobody knows that. It's never written anywhere. And so the others like Nifty and all those other ones purposely slow you down, but they spent a lot of time figuring a workaround around it. So that was one of the big issues they had. There's still an ISBN issue for certain accounts. My account is one of those. It's a 2-year window where they made accounts in 2000 that James doesn't have it. He's a few months behind me, but I have it. So
Are you talking
it's hard
about
for me.
they recorded an ISBN?
It kicks out the ISBN number as not being valid for some reason.
I got
And
you.
it's something they're looking for. It's only in those accounts, but they're launching with that already there just because they got to get going. It's going to be so few accounts. Most people won't. They didn't know it until I started messing with it. They're like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Every time I do this," and they're like, "Send us reports," and I send them reports, and they're like, because they have newer accounts, nobody saw it.
Yep.
But this is how powerful it is, Brad. One of the harder things for me to list is a computer, because to get a computer, you got to get the megahertz, the gigahertz, the schmegahertz. You got to get all that shit right. So I just listed one. I just listed one. Basically, all I did was take a screenshot of the about page, and then took pictures of a little bitty computer, and it built that listing with from hard drives to megahertz to everything in there in seconds. You know how much time it takes to sit there and figure all those little details out about an electronic?
Yeah.
That'd be huge.
Wow.
Just take a tote. Just grab a tote off the floor that's got unlisted inventory and just photograph it all and run it through 10 at a time. That's going to be huge.
And just think about, like any electronics, especially like certain DVD players. I bought one yesterday. This one, it takes a minute to figure out everything it'll do because it's a Sony 3D. So it'll take so many different discs and it'll figure out all the areas it'll play and all that crazy mess for you.
What are you doing for parts and repair? Like if some of those electronics don't work, are you just doing a batch of parts and repair?
Yeah, batch right to the green can out in the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't unless it's worth decent money. I don't mess with parts.
I mean, some of those VCRs are worth decent money, parts and repair.
Correct. The dual players are, yes.
Yeah. Some of them are trash no matter what, but some are worth quite a bit just parts and repair. Sony Handycams, parts and repair, they work great.
Yeah, I've got one I'm charging right now. So So the other thing it'll work on is it will work on parts, but you got to be smart about it. So I listed. I was not. James doesn't sell a lot of parts like me, so I was the one testing. So basically, I had a coffee pot, and how does it know what machine it goes to? I took a picture of the bottom of the coffee pot of the machine, and so therefore it picks up and puts all the information about the coffee pot, and it'll say coffee pot only. So it's if you give it a little bit of help, a little bit of information, it's amazing. The listings.
Well, who do I hear saying it? But basically, if you can hand those pictures to somebody and they can't tell what it is, neither can AI. So you got to give it enough information to know what the hell it is. And if you do that, AI does pretty good.
But even some of like coffee pots, it will recognize because they're so obscure. I've had, but yeah, it's exciting. It really. So my goal is $750 a day to list. Last week I listed $6,500 by myself, which is over $900 a day.
Nice.
And all that was all listed through Flex.
That's incredible.
That's incredible.
That'll transfer.
Man, so it changes the way that you do things. So basically, what I would batch it. I remember somebody tell me he tried to batch everything. I don't know who that guy was, but he's pretty smart. So I set all the pictures up and I took all the pictures. I'm trying to get everything in. So this complete tub is full. I take all those pictures because I know the location. I can put the location for that thing, and then I just sit here until I get through all those pictures because you can load. Even though you can only do 10 at a time, you can load as many pictures as you want. So I'd go by a box. So say there's 40 items. You know, I do 10 items, do 10 items, do 10 items. And when all the pictures are gone, that box is done. I go to the next one. I go take more pictures. So you can make it work. But it's
batching it like that works, whether you're using AI or not. Batching things like that is huge time saver. And the fact that AI takes all the extra work past that, even better. But batching things like that.
There are a few things that wouldn't list. So the AI, the feed would not let it list an airsoft gun. I had to list that on my own. It was having a problem. It might still have a problem with some of the health and beauty where you got a choice between new in box or new without box. It would not take new in box. It kept saying there's something with the ID or whatever, but you change it to new without box and it lists every one of them. So basically I would do 10 and then go just bulk edit the 10 back to new with box on the eBay side. So you might have to do a little bit of wrangling, but
with it restricting you to 10 per batch, it's much easier to double check the AI and make those changes. If it could save you 80%, it's still 80%. It's going to have some things it doesn't do great. I mean, List Easier, when they released the initial version, it still to this day has things it doesn't do great on postcards.
So that should change a little bit tonight too, Corey, because they are taking the Flex model and rolling it on top of Batch as well. So you might see a little bit of performance difference because Flex is better at identifying and doing some of those things because they spent all this time doing that versus the other, not messing with the other because it was working. Yep. And so now it's going to be built on top of they built them separate to combine them here tonight at 9 o'clock or whatever it is.
I'll have to run a batch of postcards through later and see how it does because postcards are difficult because you can. Well, I can give you an example here. When you're sending pictures into AI doesn't know that one of those is a real photo and one of those is a black and white print. Like it has a hard time telling that, even if it has clues on back, like the stamp area where it actually can identify that it's a real photo. List Easier has trouble telling. It has trouble telling it what type of card it is, if it's a linen card or what era it is sometimes. So there's certain things I don't let AI touch on the postcards. I set them manually and run them in batches of like items. But you just learn that by doing it. I mean, you learn what it does good and use it. and what it does bad, and don't use that part.
Yeah, so to me it's I think I've told people like last week it's changed the way I thought the main store, the big store, was going to be. It's not bigger anymore. Hell, that one's past it in value and numbers, but for sales wise, the regular store is still much larger. I was thinking, I'm going to raise my average sale price, and that's going to be done. But man, with Flex, it doesn't matter what the hell you list. If there's money in it, and I've always picked up a lot of stuff like that. I mean, it's just a few pictures, and when you sit down, you've done listed it. I mean, it's insane the speed with which. To me, it's taken the difficulty and the thing that I didn't like out of listing and made it more of I'm just messing on the computer, and I'm good with that.
It changed what I like and dislike about the business. It did change that, because it used to be I did not like listing, but I loved sourcing. Now listing doesn't matter. It's not even an issue. It's a complete non-issue. The thing I don't like now is now the listing is so easy. I'm enjoying sourcing less. Like I don't enjoy the sourcing part as much anymore, because it took the part of the business that was difficult, that had friction, and took it away. Now the friction is the sourcing. So now the sourcing is probably my least favorite part.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so
after a while, the treasure hunt does wear off. I mean, it does.
Well, dude, for me personally, since we've been buying big collections and doing stuff like that, buying a bunch at once, I can't stand to go sourcing. Like the only reason I stop by the Goodwill at all, or any of those places, is just so I can get the mileage when I'm out, and count the mileage. And occasionally I find a one-off, a couple of things. I found all those models the other week. So it's good to
your $30,000 Star Wars collection, and then going to a garage sale and buying one Star Wars figure just feels counterintuitive. I don't like it as much anymore.
Yeah, mine changed a little bit because I buy media now, so I look at different things. And so, like yesterday, I bought 100 CDs while I was out yesterday. One of the stores I went to somebody had donated a bunch of music from the late 80s, which is a lot of stuff that I liked as I went alternative in college. But it was a bunch of cool music, Smithereens, Bodines, Elvis Costello, all that kind of stuff. And so I've been sourcing more of that kind of stuff. It's been different.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
It's online.
You ever gone into a Goodwill or someplace like that, Scott, and just offered them pennies on the dollar for just to take every one of their DVDs and CDs and all of that?
They generally don't do that, but estate sales and yard sales will.
I was just curious. I thought about doing it one time at our Goodwill, and then I quickly changed my mind.
They've got so many that they'll never ever sell, because there's nothing wrong with classical music. It's got a big market, but it doesn't have a local market for the most part.
Yeah.
Lag's using his own AI for online sourcing. Yeah, and AI will do that to an extent. If you have defined criteria, it can do
that. There was a question on Discord last night. Somebody was asking about pictures and List Easier, and asking, are they hosted elsewhere? Or are they actually hosted on eBay? What was the resolution? I didn't get to follow that thread. What was the resolution on that?
The List Easier was having trouble posting photos or something on and I heard Josh say something about it at one point, but let's see if I can go back and find out what it was. But yeah, they were having trouble. It says, do you know the deal with the images in List Easier listings? When I try to edit or add an image to an live listing, eBay gives me an error. Yeah, because
read the second half of that. That was the part I was more interested in.
It's a combination. They are hosted by eBay because they're on eBay's site, but they are submitted by somehow the way they're submitted through third party API that you're not able to edit. You can delete one, but that's it. You can't. If you want to add, you got to erase them all and start over. So
if you end and sell similar, you can come back and mess with stuff on that listing. But the way List Easier lists, it kind of locks the listing in. It is what it is once it goes to eBay.
Well, the part of that I was interested in wasn't even that part. It was the part of it you didn't read at the back half of that comment about
Where
if
it's supposed
you,
to be EPS.
well, if you don't have your List Easier subscription anymore, what are your images still going to appear on? Are your listings tied to your? Are your listings in eBay tied to your List Easier account? Was the
Once they're
question?
submitted to eBay, they're hosted on eBay. It's just
Okay.
that they're compiled or somehow by the third party through the API that's given the issue with the editing photos. It's,
Gotcha.
Once the listing is created, that's an eBay. Remember, eBay tells you it's their property once they list it. The photos and everything are.
Yeah.
And I know that's true because we had 2 List Easier accounts in the beginning where we were fighting quotas and listing too much to keep up with one account. It was cheaper to have 2 accounts at the low level than the next level account. And when I canceled that second account, my listings were fine. So it didn't mess with that.
Did you see Kat's question earlier in the chat?
Let's see.
I think she was asking about your inventory. Have you found many items not listed?
Not many. I mean, just a small tote full of them. Not many. We found a few of each, like they weren't listed on eBay or eBay had, or they weren't in the tote, but not many really. The very small tote full.
I know that's kind of been a discussion this week. I saw somebody had posted a video about that, and then Tanya said something. She heard Chris say something about a bunch of hats missing or something.
Yeah, he did.
We did realize a mistake we had by doing inventory. Our football cards that are like $200 a box, the big jumbo pack of 88 tops.
None of them.
They weren't listed because we usually set them at like 3 to 5 for quantity, and then when they get low, we re-add quantity, and we didn't pay attention, and they sold out, and they've been sold out for a while.
Over 90 days, so you can't count
Yeah,
funds.
so the listing's gone. We had to recreate the listing, but we used Flip to recreate the listing because it was still there.
Well, I've said this before, and I'm not saying that somebody hasn't had it happen to them. I just know personally, I've used List Perfectly or Vendoo for probably like the last 5 or 6 years. And one of the things I do is I treat it like a checkbook. I make sure it's reconciled every single day. The number of items that are in my cross lister matches my eBay, matches my items I have on eBay. And in all those years of doing that, I've never one time had a listing disappear off of eBay. Now I've had like something removed, like I had a Shrek glass one time, a set of Shrek glasses that had there was something with the paint. It wasn't lead, but it was some other something. They were removed for like a hazardous or policy violation, and I had one toy removed for some kind of like hazard thing like that. But every single thing that when I've done my inventory that wasn't showing up, and that I didn't have, was something that had either canceled and somehow didn't get relisted, or was something something like that. It was something on that side of things.
I suspect that's largely the case on our side too. I think throughout a year's period, when you have 4,000 or 5,000 items, I do think there's a slow creep of things that maybe it got zeroed or delisted, or maybe it had a cancellation and it didn't relist right, or whatever the case. I think there's a slow creep of things like that happen, which is why inventory is important.
Mm-hmm.
Or it is for us. The way we run, we have to do a yearly inventory. It just makes sense. Otherwise, we have, like, that was a small tote, but it was probably a third of a tote, which is about, for us on that shelf, that's about $10 a month. That was just sitting there doing nothing for 12 months. It adds up. So
yeah, I'm not doing
I've just never had one disappear though. Not in all these years. An item has never disappeared, and I know that because I'm very meticulous to make sure everything is reconciled every single day. So
yeah, we're at 6,400 CDs and DVDs. I'm not going through and checking to see if they're all there.
Well, see, I probably won't do that with my postcards either, just because there's such a massive quantity, and inventory in them would be
the return on your time would not be worth.
No, it just wouldn't be. Not with the postcards. I can roughly tell because of the postcard trays that I use. I can roughly look at it and know approximately how many postcards are up there, and as long as it's not drastically off, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I do have plans for this spring to pull everything out of a storage building and temporarily rent a fourth one for a month or two to put all the listed in one building by itself. But until I get there, I'll do inventory then. But until I get there, I'm not.
Like Jordan said, his ephemera store will never be inventoried. I think that's kind of the same way I'm looking at the ephemera store on my side. I think the inventory will happen naturally as I age them out. I think it's probably more like a 2 or a 3 year purge on that store rather than one, because they're slow moving items anyway. But at a certain point, they're going to hit a liquidation time where I'm going to pull out a whole tray and sell them as a bundle. And I think that'll take care of my inventory issues.
So, Kat, I agree with you. There are issues that happen that people don't pay attention to. And it's so much easier in everything that we do, instead of to accept responsibility to go, damn it, eBay, I can't believe you did. And, I missed the email. I missed the, and it's a lot of it is on us for not keeping. I mean, don't get me wrong. You've got a hard job if you're running one of these businesses like me by myself, trying to make YouTube videos, trying to run 2 stores, it's a lot. And
I think they are mostly self-imposed. I don't think eBay is just disappearing items. I mean, maybe once in a great while, but I think most of the listings we've ever found that were not listed on eBay or listed on eBay and not in a tote, we could almost always track it back to, something we did. We had a canceled order and it didn't read us right, or whatever the reason, but it was almost always something on our end. It was almost always an error. But they do build up after a while. So on an everything store, I do think inventory is important once in a while, especially if you've got items like those football cards. The inventory helped us find out that those weren't listed. And we've got 3 cases of 24 or 12?
3 cases of 12, I think.
3 cases of 12. So 36 times $200 that was not even listed on eBay can't sell. That was substantial.
For sure. Well, where's Christopher at?
I don't know. Should we call him and 3-way him in with the guy from Yellowstone and see if we can figure something out?
Yeah.
Y'all want me to call him? I'll find out where he's at. He called me the other day. I ditched his call like 3 times.
Oh, we know.
He's like, man, I think Scott's really mad at me.
Chris, answer your phone. Now I'm worried about him.
Huh.
It has been
to voicemail.
He put me in voicemail.
It's been kind of quiet, so I need to just carry on like this.
Well,
he put a video out last night, so I know he's alive.
well, he was.
Well, he was last night. Yep. We need proof of life, Chris. If you're watching, there he is. He's
Well,
calling.
let's check.
Hey, Chris.
I'm on my way, man. I completely forgot today.
How do you forget? You do it every Tuesday.
Well, you're live. You're in trouble now. The whole audience has been saying this show is crap without Chris.
I come down here to eat and stuff, and I was listing my stuff on my phone, and I completely forgot, man. I'm on my way. I'm on my way, man. I'm so sorry.
See you in a few.
All right, bye.
That's worse. He forgot about us.
Yeah. Wow. I always thought it'd be the other way around.
I
No,
know.
I feel shunned.
This is horrible. Real professional show we got going here.
But most people, you don't realize how small this audience is. Even with the biggest YouTubers that do eBay, you've got a substantial, probably 2-year window to get ahead of everybody using AI before it becomes so mainstream. And I don't think people are taking it as serious. I keep telling people the power that you're being given with a lister, like, I don't care if you go use Nifty, go use whatever the hell it is. I just think List Easier is going to gives you power. It gives you a lot of power, and I know those guys, and I like those guys. The power you're being given. Too many people are nitpicking and going, It doesn't do this, folks. It is optimizing for AI for search. You cannot understand that AI is doing the searching, and it is the what it has done offsite is I get crazy numbers offsite views using this.
Yeah, but I think I guess from my standpoint, I think most people are kind of missing the point on it. The people that are saying, well, I'm not using AI because AI this or AI that, or whatever their reason is, even if it's a valid, good reason, the fact of the matter is a new tool showed up that made one part of this job, arguably the hardest part of this job, non-existent. It took it away. It took all the friction out of it. So take that into account. Are you going to be reselling a year from now? Are you going to take advantage of that and ride the wave and benefit from it? That's one question. The next question is, what does reselling look like in 5 years when everybody has the same tool and the field levels again? So if you're not looking ahead to say, okay, this took away the hardest part of the job, what does that allow me to do different than everybody else? And looking at the next thing you're doing other than just listing AI, I think you're missing the point of the conversation if you're not looking for that thing, not the current thing. Like we bought the tool, we have it, great, we have an advantage for a short period of time, but what does that time freeing up allow you to do that everybody else can't do when they have that same tool? And
so that's why I decided to build a larger media store, because my goal is to be at 25,000 items listed, by the end of the year, and to be so far ahead in 2 years that to position like James is, you're not going to catch James at over 100,000 listings.
No, and I'm not. And
the only advantage I have is my entire store is built on AI, where his is not.
Here, I'll spill a secret, and it's not working yet. It could still be stupid and crazy. Now that I have the time from listing for List Easier, there is no time spent there because I'm using AI to do my listing. I'm also using AI to do kind of my price categorization before I use List Easier. So I'm using AI in a couple different ways, but beyond that, it gave me my time back. So now for every listing that goes up on one of my stores, there's a corresponding YouTube video going on YouTube for that listing. That's something that, everybody else was like, I got all my free time back. Now I can go play golf. Everybody got their free time back. Everybody that's hit subscribe got their free time back. What moat are you building with the time you were given back? I think that's the question that's the next one to answer. And I think for the time being, it doesn't matter, but in 2 years, it's really going to matter.
I'm curious to see what it's going to do with our Playmobil stuff, because the way Tanya lists them is like pretty much everything's a custom thing that she's created. I mean, she does it very, very quickly. She listed 900 some dollars worth yesterday, and she's somewhere between that usually 500 to 900 mark, seems like almost every day. But I'm interested to see what it does with those when we put them up. So I'll have to report back. Now that I know it's the flex things here, I'm going to give it a shot just to see what it'll actually do. So,
but it is selling some of the craziest stuff I'll stick up that only has like one sale in the last 90 days, and it sells it in 24 hours. It's the performance of these AI listings is because the one difference that people are underestimating is, what have we complained about for eBay for so long, is they are losing customers. Their customers are either not, the younger people don't know who it is, and the older people are dying. Yep. It's just the way it is. And how can you use eBay to go get new customers? Because the platform's there, everything's built there, the trust is there, everything is there. Yep. It's got to be optimized for AI to get off a site.
Yeah, it's a huge hurdle that solves, and it is solving it. I mean, it is measurably different than before as far as offsite traffic. And you can look at that. Go look at your last year's organic traffic, or offsite traffic rather, and look at what it was. And if you've been using List Easier, look at what it is now. And it's night and day. There is a difference. There is a jump there.
See, I think a couple of years ago, people didn't look at it as much because they were crying and belly aching because their sales. But the problem is 2 years ago when eBay switched these search models, is I think at the same time they lessened their dependence on Google, thinking their search was going to make up for it, and that's what crashed most of y'all's sales, is because you couldn't be seen. Because it used to be where you'd use Google Lens when it first came out and some of these other things. eBay was the first time, everything it brought up, eBay was always at the top. And now go use Google Lens and see how far you got to scroll down to get to the first eBay listing on most items.
I haven't done it recently. It's been a while since I used Google Lens for anything.
Well, I'll go ahead, Scott.
It's you have to use Google Lens because the picture lookup on eBay is just terrible.
Well, I think we're presented with an opportunity here, gentlemen. We had the great healing on the Trash to Cash podcast between Lonnie and Kevin, and I feel like we have this opportunity here on this one with Scott and Chris.
Yeah, right.
The great healing.
Scott,
Actually, he showed up pretty high in the list.
what was that, Corey?
I was just saying, I just Google Enged a Stanley tape measure and it showed up third with eBay. The rest of them above that are new. But go ahead.
Scott, real quick, I wanted to say something. I did publicly apologize to you on one of my videos. I did not mention your name, but I figured if you watched it, or if anybody watched it and saw it, they would tell you.
I don't watch videos.
Okay, I was just letting you know.
I've been trying to watch Corey's videos and I can't remember. And I know they come out on Saturday.
They're
Oh, by
usually
the
watching.
Tanya just sent me a message. The package that you guys sent, Corey, just came, showed up. So
You're gonna like
You're
that.
gonna open it?
When I
it's I'm not at home.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint. It's 3D printed, and when I saw it, I had to print it. And it was a long print, but I had to try it to see if it worked. But I couldn't think of anybody that would enjoy it other than you. So I figured I'll send.
That's another world that you're being presented with. If you've got any kind of creativity and business sense, that you should be able to make money with a 3D printer.
Yeah, anybody can make. I mean, and that's something I've been more into lately. Not just 3D printing, but the more tactile side of things. Like I want to go put my hands on something and do something instead of just selling other people's stuff. So I've been interested in looking at it, even to the point where I was on Marketplace and came really close to calling on a couple of cars to flip cars because they were super cheap and they booked for a lot more. And I knew what was wrong with them and it was fixable. Like I almost went and flipped a couple vehicles last week.
That's pretty cool. Well, I changed things up this morning. I made a executive decision actually last night about something I'm going to be doing. So I was doing Whatnot every week on Tuesday mornings.
Flag.
And I decided that I'm not going to do that now. I have
for the show. Is that what you're talking about on Tuesdays?
No, the Whatnot.
Anymore?
The Whatnot. No, I completely forgot. I mean, but anyway, I decided not to do those anymore, and I'm actually going to be doing the Wednesday flea market here in Pickens because it's really, really good. They only do it one day a week, and it's like from 5 to 11 a.m., and that's it. And so we're going to start doing that. What's that?
Did you do it today?
No, today's not Wednesday. I'm doing it tomorrow. I already went and got me a table and everything, so I'll be out there freezing to death at 5 o'clock in the morning. But it is what it is. So I just figured, I got to thinking, I was like, if I want to sell this stuff on Whatnot for $2 a piece, at least start it at $2, let it go. I'm good with letting these items go at $2. If I'm good with that, why not just go to the flea market where I'm guaranteed that people are going to come by and look, interact with those, and I'm able to actually possibly sell better stuff. You know what I mean? Instead of depending on, people show up in my Whatnot show. And poor Cat Swift, she's been one of my huge supporters over there at Whatnot, and I'm not going to be on there no more. She sent me a message yesterday talking about she's going to miss that. No, I'm sorry, but
But that's what we're doing with that. So we're killing Whatnot, but we're we're replacing Whatnot with flea market sales.
Yeah, the one thing you need to do, Chris, is you need to learn list easier. Flex will change the way you. I'm telling you, it'll make up for.
Now I want to ask you a question about that. I heard in your show the other night, you guys kept mentioning the word flex. Is that a new platform, or is that something within List Easier?
It's the new. It's where you can list up to 10 items at a time. It'll pick the category, and then it'll make the listing. Versus you've got to list 100 books, or you've got to pick the category you're listing in. So
so you could just list random stuff now.
I can do random stuff
of postcards.
Dang. Thank you, Corey.
The wings should move and everything when you get it together. You'll have to send me a picture.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to show.
My idea, Chris, is to get home from the yard sales and just take a bunch of pictures, put them in, organize them into where I'm going to store them, take the pictures, and just sit here with the computer and let the computer list everything. I mean, it is that easy, that efficient, that fast. It's really taken any of the. Chris, it allows you, if you can identify it and figure out if it makes money. You don't have to worry about a perfect listen. You don't have to worry about whether somebody listed it wrong or you just you give it pictures and let the freaking
Mary.
Let that work for parts also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, should.
I mean, you don't have to tell it like it.
Tell him your hack, Scott. Tell him what you did with parts.
With parts, yeah, it'll list parts too, Chris. So how does it know? So yesterday I sold a motor off a CP307 Ninja machine. How does it know what that screw motor is?
Yeah.
Because I took a picture of the bottom of the thing before I started, and I put it in every single picture with the parts, telling it it's a damn CP307, and it goes, "Oh, that's the screw motor."
So your very first picture is your label of the motor.
No, it's the last picture. I put all the pictures of the motor, and the very last picture So I listed my little computer today. I took 7 pictures of the computer, and the last picture is a screenshot of the about screen.
Yeah.
It picked up model, processor, speed, hard drive, all that stuff on the about screen, and listed a computer in a minute, which, how long does it take you to figure out?
Holy cow.
What gigahertz is the damn RAM versus what's the processor speed? It did all that.
How much does this cost?
It's the same price. List Easier. Yeah, it's what, 70 for 1,000 a month.
To try it out.
Or you can. No, you need to do the 15, Chris. You need to do the buy 15. You get 100 listings, and then they don't expire, and it'll give you time to figure out if it works for you. That's what I tell everybody. Start with the 15. Get 100 listings.
$15 for 100 listings in.
Yep.
Okay.
But
who's got the link for that information?
It's just listeasier.com. There is nobody gets in order for somebody to get an affiliate, it has to do the 70. So but it's crazy powerful, man. It really, for something it would help you tremendously take any pain out of listing. It means you can list anything.
And when you get it and you log in and you need help, call Scott.
No, call Corey.
Yeah, Scott don't have my number.
I might still have you blocked.
Don't call Corey. Call Scott.
Well, that sounds like, if it does it random and it's just like what you're talking about, that might be just right up my alley. So all I gotta do is just take pictures, and then within a minute, and see what you just said. It took you less than a minute to list that computer. I mean, like that's good, because see, when I do my parts, it does take more than 60 seconds to list a part, because you got to look up certain things to be able to get that right thing. So that would be awesome.
It'll list it like a part. It'll list compatible models. It'll do all the stuff that takes too much time to figure out.
Oh, wow.
It's a new game when you take listing out of the equation. It's no longer even a part of the business, really. Like listing is a non-issue now.
What's Teresa doing? Teresa working on getting her steps in today, running around like a mad woman.
I'm doing inventory.
She's doing inventory. She's waiting to take some packages to the post office.
So is this like, okay, so is this, I'm sorry. So is this like like the eBay bulk listing where you have to, let's say you got to take 5 photos and it has to be 5 photos, or when you're doing randoms, can you do you understand what I mean?
You just have to tell which items belong to which photo.
Yeah, on this one you have to anyway, so it doesn't matter how many pictures.
Mary said, "Oh, girl."
So if there's 5 pictures, I'll pick the 5 pictures and I'll hit create listing. And if there's 3 for the next one, I'll just click on the 3 and hit create listing. You have to tell it which pictures and then hit create listing.
So it's pretty much so this is my listing routine right now. I have a prompt in ChatGPT where I send it pictures. That's all I send it is pictures, and it creates an eBay listing description, title, and even gives me a pretty decent price point. I do have to double check that price point, but it gives me a pretty decent one there. And then what I do is I copy paste all the information over into my listing. Of course, I still got to fill out all the item specific stuff myself. So what you're telling me with this program is the same thing, except it does everything that I'm having to do. I don't have to copy paste nothing. It's doing everything else.
Yeah, here a good way to think about it is if I buy an item. Again, I just have these sitting here. So just a postcard. I bought a postcard. I know what this is. I know what it's a photo of. I know it's a real photo postcard. I know all the information. I don't need AI to tell me.
Right.
But what we've always had to do in the past is I have to take that from here and put it in eBay.
Right.
With List Easier, you no longer have to interact with eBay in your listing process. My eBay isn't even on this. I'm not even logged into it. Like once I connect it to List Easier, I no longer interact with eBay during my listing process. It takes that whole piece away. So I upload photos, create listings, approve them, hit the list button, and it just lists them. So it takes all that listing interaction that you're doing with eBay. There is none. There's no copy paste. There's no item specific. All that's gone.
All right. So what about the other stuff? It's the specifics like your return policies and all. I mean, do you have to set up business policies for this service?
Yep. And if you're not using business policies at this point, you should be anyway.
I don't, because it's confusing to me how it works. And here's why. It's because when you especially do a shipping one, eBay makes its own policy, and you got to go in and it's. Now, this was over a year ago when it was doing this. It may be something different now, It
is. I'll give you this. It's different than the way you've always done it.
Yeah.
The hurdle you're going to have to jump if you want to use List Easier. But it's like anything else in business. When you come into a problem, that's half your job as a business owner is solving problems.
Yeah.
You just have to be okay with saying, this is a problem and I hate it and it sucks.
Well, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I have been considering it, because business policy's been considering business policy with the shipping, especially because it's getting to be very stressful or very tedious to keep having to go and change your listings whenever shipping prices raise 7.5%. With my understanding with the business policies, all I got to do is click and raise the shipping 7.5%. If I do flat rate shipping, it's just raise, and all those that are on that flat rate automatically does it instead of me having to go to each individual one.
It does.
Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So I've been considering it. I guess this is going to make me pull the trigger on it, because this List Easier with the flex thing, whatever you're talking about, it sounds like it could really, really cut out a whole lot of time.
We call that don't let the old man in. Don't let the old man keep you from making advancements in your business. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. Push through it.
So Scott, with this new flex, how many listings are you able to do a day now?
More than me.
Last week I listed $6,500 worth of stuff.
Well, I seen that you picked up a bunch of CDs at a thrift store for 25 cents each. Was you able to list all those in one day, or?
The only thing holding me back from that is I've turned that over to Jacob. My kid lists 75 a day
through List Easier.
Yes,
that's sweet, dude.
Golly, man. Okay,
Chris, I would tell you that because he can do it, anybody can do it. I talked him through it in like 30 seconds. but he's smarter than you. Ask me how I know. Say, Beard, what's his degree in?
What's his degree in?
Aerospace engineering. He's a rocket scientist, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
I have a rocket scientist listening to CDs. That's how terrible it is.
Yeah.
Do you need to send him my way for a little bit? I've got projects for him.
Well, COVID did a number on him because he's incredibly shy. So when he graduated the last year, they didn't go to class early, and he stayed off campus, so he didn't do a lot of social life. And then right at the end of it, he had a moral dilemma. He's like, everything I'm going to do is going to mass killing of people with rockets. And he was kind of, even though NASA says not, but everything builds. I don't get it because I don't think that way. But
and he doesn't have to build rocket. Like, I've got a nice quiet room with no windows and all the tools that he could ever want, and I'll just have him build stuff that's not rockets. Like, I have stuff I want to build. I just don't have time to build all the stuff I want to build.
I'm just gonna make my homemade pizza every Friday night.
Well, Grubhub, I guess.
Just Monday, I wake up and I come back inside and I'm like, man, something smells good here. She's like, yeah, I got Jacob to bake us some raisin bread. I mean, yeah, you're not taking away the baker and the lister.
So that was,
I don't know. It is nice when they finally do leave the nest. I'll tell you, it is kind of nice. Our youngest left the nest. She came back because she had an opportunity to go to college here in this town. So she lived with us for about another 6-8 months. And when she left again, I mean, we miss her, but it is nice having the house back and not having that extra person to have to try and be civil to.
So we have a split. So we're on one side, he's on the other, and he never. I see him at dinner. Yesterday, I saw him at dinner. Oh, they were watching the TV. They're watching. We've never watched Dexter, so Johnny and Jacob were watching Dexter together in the afternoon. So that's the only time
I actually just because my ADHD says do it. I think I told Chris about this. I've really considered starting a new YouTube channel. I think I figured out the YouTube thing to where it doesn't get boring or repetitive. Our Monday videos are so freaking hard to make because you got to think of something to talk about. And in reselling, you've talked about everything. You've talked about literally everything 10 times.
Just do what Carrie and I started doing.
What's that?
Just making a video of the reseller life. Just whatever. That's what I've made 3-4 videos this past week. I put out one last night. And it's nothing, man. I mean, it's nothing, Corey. I mean, it's just, I talked about what went out yesterday. I talked about what I'm doing the rest of the day. I had a fast forward through of me wrapping a turntable. I had a fast forward through of me taking pictures of 10 shirts. And that was it. It's like,
if you're trying to get someone to do something, saying do the thing that Carrie and Chris do is probably not a good way to start that because that's not a good path to follow.
No, don't do what I do. I'm just saying, and so we had this conversation, me, you, and Brad. We've had this conversation. So at Christmas time, I'll tell everybody else. So at Christmas time, my mom mentioned to me, hey, I watched these other videos, and it's videos of people's lives, like vlogging or whatever, and they're just doing just random stuff. And I got to looking at their stuff, and they're doing really well with their channels, and of course they do it every day. And
he's just talking about doing it vlog style.
Yeah, vlog style.
The chat and Mac OS.
But even then, even if you have something interesting to say at a certain point after 6 months or a year,
we're gonna trust
your natural human tendency is to say my life is not that interesting. I don't have anything new to say. I've said everything, and that will get stale. most of the YouTube channels that I see
All right, thank you.
that do really well, not necessarily in the reselling community, but most of the YouTube channels I see that do really well long term, it's because they figured out a formula of something they could do repeatedly every single time. It's the same video every time. So like the one I was thinking about was, let's just say I'm going to buy and flip old lawnmowers. I go out and find a lawnmower on Facebook Marketplace. I record that. I bring it home. I repair it, and then I flip it. And then next week's video is I find a new mower on Marketplace. I bring it home, I repair it, and I flip it on Marketplace. It's the same video every time, but that would be a long-term niche that would last forever. You never have to what the topic is. It's always
when I was looking with that niche though, when I was looking to fix my lawnmower, my riding lawnmower, I come across a video where the guy was flipping one and had the same problem that mine did. And his whole channel is about that, is fixing them and stuff like that, and then flipping them. And his channel does really, really well with the lawnmower.
Chris asked, or SGC Collectible asked if everybody did okay on the challenge. The challenge, you guys will find out Thursday because that's the announcement show. So I won't give anything away, but everybody in the challenge, for the most part, as a group, we did really good. And Teresa and I are still trying to lose weight. I'm down to 203 as of today, so we're doing good.
I was gonna say
I stayed even.
Mine went well until right around New Year's, and then we had a death in the family, and like everything got the timeline got compressed that week, so everything just became about convenience. And when it becomes about convenience,
not with the death in the family, but the holidays that was a tough time to do a weight loss channel, and I never went up ever in the challenge. I never went up. I always went down at least by like 0.1 of a pound. But those last 2 weeks were rough.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, Lag says ASMR videos do really well also.
Yeah, but I'm going to breathe in a microphone for 40 minutes. That just
right.
You get to do stuff like
you got fingernails. Yeah, I seen a video. Look, this blowed my mind. I watched a girl. She had yeah, and she tapped on her thing with her long nails, and she had some kind of there you go, Brad. And she had some kind of, her voice was just like really soothing, and she talked like that, and I'm just like, what in the world? This is going to put me to sleep, and that's exactly what it was intended for. And I got looking at her channel, and she had like over 1 million subscribers, and her videos was up into hundreds of thousands of views. You know, some of them were millions of views. And I'm like, what? One of her videos was had her phone in the back seat of her car, and it was like you was the baby in the car, and she was driving, and every once in a while she'd turn around and talk to you like you was the baby and take you on a car ride for sleep. And I'm like, what the crap?
You sure you didn't punch in OnlyFans?
No, I'm dead serious. That's on YouTube, man. And I'm like, people are watching this stuff. This is crazy. So there's a lot of stuff out there that you can do to just got
a channel idea for you, Chris.
What?
You were kind of into investing there for a little bit. This is an investment channel. You have to do the videos and then you have to wait. So go set up a camera and start a fire in your fireplace and just record the fireplace for like 6 hours. Yeah. And then do the same thing for other stuff. Like do it, set it outside the window and watch the snow melt or watch the leaves fall. Just put a whole bunch of those videos up and then just wait for the seasons and those videos kick off.
Yeah, you're right. Chad's got a thing now where he's got the cat box, the cat house or whatever it is. You seen that?
Cat house. Yeah. That's a really good. That's a really good channel.
Jordan, I never thought of it that way. She does good with that because people watch the videos and fall right asleep, so they let it play through all the way and it keeps playing. That's exactly why Kevin does so well.
Yeah.
Man, y'all need to
fall asleep with his videos.
Y'all need to be nicer to Kevin. He's working real hard.
I don't know. I think if we start beef with Kevin now, we're going to get a spot on the podcast in about 4 years, and we'll be able to see. I play the long game.
investing a different way. It's a long
Yeah,
con.
Yeah, play the long
Long
game.
con. All right. Got the long con going. I get it.
Play the long game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
man.
about that?
So what did I miss? I know I was 30 minutes late. I
Did you
apologize.
see the going on the podcast got Lonnie sparked up again. Him and Ryan did a
Yeah, I
podcast.
seen that.
Yeah.
I seen that. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I think one of my favorite things about Lonnie was that he didn't interact with the community. He did his own thing. He kept his head down, and it was kind of a mystery. Like nobody got a hold of Lonnie. Lonnie was just Lonnie and Candace. They did their thing. They were separate.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite things about him. And now with him re-engaging with the community, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm excited for him, but I don't know how I feel about it.
Right. I wonder what weight loss program did they go on?
Well, they did the shots for a little while to get healthy enough to be able to start running. And then Lonnie started running.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I saw that because I hadn't watched them in a long time, and then I just turned them on one day, and I was like, "What? Something is very different here."
Yeah, he lost a lot.
Yeah, a whole lot. Good, congratulations to him.
So yeah, I've been thinking about starting YouTube for a while, but I'm almost of the opinion now. I want to do something besides reselling. So
You want to do a YouTube channel with other than something different than reselling? Is what you're saying, Brad?
yeah, maybe just because it's like the only reason I would do resell. Well, not the only reason I would do reselling, but the one reason I would do reselling is because I have to do the work anyway.
Yep.
So it's like, well, I might as well create. For me, everything's kind of a mind trick. Like if I don't feel like I'm being creative in some way, work, it just feels like a drain to me. As long as I can make my work feel purposeful, other than just to do something.
That's kind of where I'm at with the Wednesday videos. I feel like for 4 years we were pretty creative with them, and now it's getting hard to be creative with them. We've addressed every topic.
Yeah.
Kat asked, "Is that podcast with Ryan and golly, Lonnie? Yeah, is that? She said that they said that they wouldn't talk a lot about the business, so it's going to be like other stuff."
So which Ryan is it? Ryan Roots?
No. Thrift Mine. Ryan, I can't think of his last name.
Young guy.
You remember Crazy Dreamers, Ryan, and I can't remember his wife's name. Thrift Mine. Thrift Mine is what I think.
I think it's the guy that actually ran the marathon with Lonnie. I think.
Yeah, him and his wife used to do the videos together.
Dude, I don't watch. I don't know half these people. I don't watch anybody.
He was friends with John and Lonnie and Justin, RVA Flips guy.
Yeah, that's another one I didn't like.
Pam. Mary just put it.
Mary, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's back on the pod. They said it wasn't going to be like a regular thing. They weren't going to do it like on a schedule. They'll just pop in when they pop in and make a video. And
that RVA guy came across way too fake. I didn't like that dude.
I don't think I ever saw him. I don't know who he is.
You didn't miss anything.
Came across as way too depressed a lot of times. I don't know about fake.
It's getting more
Like he's
difficult to
struggling.
watch reseller content for me. Like it's
all the same thing, though.
I know, that's what I mean. It's getting really hard for me to watch reseller content. It takes an effort to go support somebody I want to watch, because it's just I've heard the same shit.
I don't know of anything you can do in life that doesn't kind of eventually reach that point.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like a musician and you do music, yeah, you're creating new music, but at the end of the day, it's an intro, a verse, a chorus, a turnaround, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, an ending chorus and an outro. And it's like, it might be a different one every time, but at some point you're still just doing the same thing over and over and over. So,
and that's very difficult for somebody with a touch of the ADHD going on, because when you get bored, you just change direction. You go the other way.
We should introduce into the reselling community what musicians do. They add cocaine and heroin to the mix, hookers and blow, and things get real interesting. So
no, we won't be doing that here. So, but I wonder, is it because, okay, all of us except for Brad has a YouTube channel, okay? And so,
I have a YouTube channel that gets posted to regularly. You just don't know what it is, Chris, and no one in this chat does.
Brad doesn't have a reseller YouTube channel.
I know what it is.
All right. So, well, I know what YouTube channel he's talking about there. But what I'm saying is maybe it's because we're creating the same content and watching the other content. Do you follow what I'm saying? We're seeing the same thing that we're doing, so it's boring to us now. Maybe the other people that's not doing the same stuff that we're doing don't think it's boring.
No, well, I'm sure. I mean, for a long period of time, I didn't think reseller content was boring either. But I was actually learning from the content. Like there was always another bridge to cross. There was something else I wasn't doing well. And I'm not saying I'm doing everything perfectly now. I know there's still stuff to learn, but the foundation of reselling is buy good shit, list it, ship it correctly, do customer service. I mean, beyond those scopes, and I do know when you get bored with stuff like I just was talking about, you tend to simplify things down. Things look boring because you've simplified them in your head, but that's kind of where I'm at with the content right now. It's getting, now my Saturday videos I love, because I have to do the Wednesday video to get people to comment and talk and bring up topics so I could do Saturday. Saturday are the videos I enjoy because I'm actually having a conversation with people.
Now, how is that one doing? How is those videos?
That's better than our Wednesday videos.
So that's compared to you. So that's new. That's a different type of content. It may necessarily, even though it revolves around reselling, it just you're all you're doing is answering questions in there. You're not talking about reselling specifically unless someone asks us a question.
Yeah, I mean, and the questions are always, even though reselling is boring and stuff like that, the questions, inevitably there's always one or two questions or comments that make me step back and think. Like you actually have to think before you just dump garbage out of your mouth. Think about it.
Brian, if I'm your background voice, you're way past the void. You are drifting off into insanity.
I mean, part of the problem is YouTube itself. Like, I'll give you an example.
Reward.
Part of it is, so here's an example. Like Josh, Harry Tornado, starts doing his thing, right? At some point, every single one of us at some point, reselling might be where we start off, but you grow and you start doing other things, right? So like just using Josh as an example, when he branched out and bought the flip house or whatever, or the rental house, whatever it was he was going to do, and he started fixing that up. Like, I don't think that content did the same, because YouTube kind of pigeonholes you into kind of doing a certain kind of content. And it's like, you either do the thing that keeps your channel growing and thriving and moving, or you do the thing you want to do, which is the way I would do it personally. Personally, I would just do the thing that interested me.
Yep.
But you got to be okay with that not being the thing that's gonna.
So you're saying if I build a channel on Amazon and then I walk away from Amazon and start doing all eBay content, they're not going to push me out to eBay people?
Maybe not.
And I'll lose 5,000 subscribers in the last 4 years.
But if you're following your natural progression and you're not really doing it for those reasons anyway, then who cares?
When we started doing those historical postcard and stereo view videos on that new channel, it took about 3 weeks before YouTube knew who to send those videos to. If we did a different kind of video on that channel and switched that up, that channel would crash. You can't.
That works. I want to tell you,
real easy.
That's the same thing that works with TikTok. So I had a reselling channel on TikTok where I talked about what I sold on eBay or any other platform. Well, TikTok changed their user agreement things to where now you cannot mention eBay or any other selling platform except for TikTok Shop, or they throttle your videos. or restrict your videos from views. So I changed my TikTok channel up to Life at the Barn, the new series I'm doing on YouTube. When I did that, now, because all my videos before that was strictly about reselling, and now these videos, they kind of got some reselling, but there are other stuff in there. I'm not getting hardly any views on them because TikTok can't figure out. They're like, wait a minute, we was just doing selling stuff and picking stuff. Now we're doing something else.
That's not all YouTube's fault either. I mean, if you were watching, a good example is Stranger Things. You guys were talking about that the other week, that you were watching that episode. If you were watching 4 seasons of that, and then the 5th season came out and it was Dancing with the Stars, but still called Stranger Things, you wouldn't watch it. Like the show would crash.
Yeah.
So people are tuning in like it's a TV series and they expect a certain thing, and YouTube knows who to push it to. You can't just turn around. I think the better thing to do is start a new channel.
So Brad, get away from reselling. Mike Tomlin just stepped down.
Did he for real? Dang, I thought that might happen.
Wait a minute, Mike Tomlin.
A lot of people want him as the Dolphins coach, but dude, I don't know. It's like, is he just going to do more of the same for the next 20 years?
Pittsburgh Steelers coach.
Oh yeah. Hey. Oh yes, right. Hey, did you hear, Brad? Who is the Miami Dolphins coach they just fired?
Mike McDaniel.
Man, you know who he's talking to today or yesterday?
The Falcons.
Yes, I told Tammy. I says, "You ain't gonna believe it." She says, "No, please, no."
He's talking to a bunch of different people.
He needs to talk to somebody else.
He would make you guys a great coach. His coaching wasn't the problem in Miami.
Know. I'd rather have Harbaugh.
Yeah, you can have him.
Yeah, he's been there too. I'd rather have. He did good for Baltimore.
Oh, Harbaugh wasn't Harbaugh's coaching. It's when you got a prima donna at quarterback who's got the IQ of a damn grape seed.
We better get off this before Corey has a heart attack.
It's just like, it's kind of ASMR for me. It's like listening to a whole channel of people speaking Chinese. I have no idea what you're saying, but
go look at what he made on the Wonderlic. Go look at what he made on the Wonderlic and go, holy shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. Mike's a very good leader. Now, he's not like a rah-rah football guy, but if you want to know what good leadership looks like, he's really good at leadership. So
he scored a 13 out of 50.
What does that mean?
They're testing intelligence, the Wonderlic test every scouting combine. He scored 13 out of 50. You get 4 points for signing your name, or 2 points, whatever it is.
There's 21 people in here. How many of you 21 people in the chat do something other than reselling? What do you do when you get to a point where you want to shut reselling off for a week and go do something? Are you doing something else for income? Is this part-time? Do you have other side hustles?
Cat Swift talks about making terrain building, haunt world, and fabric stuff.
Haunt world.
What? No.
I've got something.
Here it is. The average janitor scores a 14 on the Wonderlic. The average QB scores a 27, and Lamar Jackson scored a 13. Don't you look at him and think that dude don't even know his own name? You look at him, see if he can spell cat. He's got that look. Spell cat.
He sure can. He can run.
It looks like Carson Beck.
D-O-G. Cat.
What'd you find, Corey?
I was gonna go get the Spirit of Halloween little baby freaky dolls to show Kat, but I don't know where Teresa put them. She just did inventory and moved them.
She also makes masks, props, and costumes for haunted events.
So do we. Well, we don't do it for events and stuff, but we make stuff like that for escape rooms. Like, we have to be creative in that aspect.
My wife, every year at Halloween, she makes these potion bottles.
Potion bottles?
Yeah, she don't put nothing in them, but it's just like the you know what I mean? It's just takes a bottle, any kind of bottle, a liquor bottle or whatever, and makes potion bottles. My dad, when he was alive, he used to make. So everybody here knows what a Crown Royal ball looks like.
Yep.
He would take flat blue marbles and put them down inside, drill a hole in it, run a wire up it, and he would put make it a lamp with a blue lampshade. And when that lamp come on, it made them marbles, whatever kind he had in there, that made them. I want to use the word iridescent, but I don't think that's the right word. It made them just brighter and shine, and it made the bottle. It looked really, really cool. It looked really, really cool. It didn't cost him. I mean, he can make one less than $2 or $3 because you got the bottles at the dump. You can find them at the dump, and he can sell them things for $25 a pop. So that was something pretty cool he used to do.
Yep, I like stuff like that. We did run a small metal fabrication shop at one time. We used to make a ton of. Well, we started out just making the simple stuff like signs and stuff, but then we kind of graduated into making outdoor furniture and stuff like that in the shop. And I still have the whole machine shop, other than my lathe, which I sold. Everything else is out in my other big shop. I could set up the 4x8 plasma table and start making metalwork again, but I don't know if I don't want to do that unless I know what I'm going to make.
I pulled this up right here because I'm curious. You said Eric sold her a box full of baby dolls. I'm assuming she's talking about OBX Picker. So is that something that if you could get a lot of the Barbie heads, or just are you looking for specific doll heads or Barbie heads or whatever, and you just lot them up? People are interested in that because we personally, now me, I think it would probably be cool because I think there's some money in it, but we don't buy dolls because my wife thinks they're creepy. So we don't buy.
Make them creepy.
Right. We don't buy that. So I'm just wondering, is there money in that? Does it have to be a certain brand, or because just the creepier they look, the better they sell?
There's money in it. We sell Barbies in lots all the time to people that are doing that with them.
Do you sell just the heads or the whole Barbie?
They'll buy either.
Really?
They'll buy either. Behind the bubble wrap says he has a hyperfocus problem. I don't think that's a problem behind the bubble wrap. That's called a superpower, and that's what ADHD gives you, and it's a good thing. You just once you kind of learn how to harness that, that's all a good thing.
Look at here. Here's a good question for you, Corey.
How many businesses could you start up tomorrow with the right equipment and only $1,000? Just curious. Start up a lot, and I have the right equipment, and it's a lot. I could think of 3 or 4 businesses that we could roll out in a week and have the first income coming in from them. That are very easy to start and have all the equipment. They're not hard. It's just a matter of picking something that you convince yourself you're not going to get bored with right away and stop doing. And if it's something that needs employees, there's almost an immediate break on it. Like right now, we have the escape room. We desperately want to find somebody in our area that's excited about escape rooms and partner with them to take over that business. And we provide the capital and the building and the escape rooms and everything. We just want them to run it because that business could do 10 times better than it's doing. It's just, we get bookings half the time and we call them back and say, I don't feel like coming in right now. Like, sorry.
Right.
I understand that.
And here's something else Kat talked about too, these precious moments. So
I've seen that.
I have too. I had picked up 5 or 6. I bought them in a lot and I sold them in a lot. And they were still in the box, and I bubble wrapped them and everything in the box. But it was really funny. The buyer, when they got them, the buyer sent me a picture and said, "Hey, look, all these broke," and they all were broken. They were all broken in like certain positions. Like it was weird how it was broken, like they weren't shattered or whatever. And I says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like a refund?" They says, "No, I'll just do something with them anyway." And I'm wondering if that's what people do. Do they actually break them things, cut them or whatever, the pieces off, and then just remake them and stuff?
See, Lack says there's nothing he won't get bored with, and Kat made another point. Reselling takes a lot of time. You need to find a business that keeps you interested, but you can spend small amounts of time at. See, for me, I'm built differently. In order for a business to stick and stay long term, and the ones that don't, I'm fine with. It used to be when I was younger, we'd start a business and I'd get bored with it and I'd close the doors and walk away. And it took me till I was about 30, 35 to realize that that's really stupid. If you build a business, you built an asset and it's sellable. So I started building my businesses to be sellable. And once you could sell a business, you could start as many as you want. But for me, in order to keep from getting bored, I have to find a problem that's big enough that I can't solve. I can solve chunks of it along the way, but it's a big enough problem that I can't solve all of it. If I can solve the whole problem, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. You put a puzzle together, and what's the end reward? You get to take it apart. Like, you solved it. It's a dumb. I can't. That's why I can't stand jigsaw puzzles. I'll never put another one together. They just make me angry. Like, I'm done. Now what? It's stupid.
Well, only do it if you're gonna like mount it to something and hang it, and use it as decoration.
Yeah, and I would never do that with most of the puzzles I've seen. I wouldn't.
That would be the same thing with Legos. You know, I mean, if you don't have anywhere to put it when you build it, then what are you going to do with it? Just take it back apart. You know,
my problem is, and I think this probably falls in the ADHD category, like the thing that Dave created, the bound box or whatever it was. I had a similar idea in my head before Christmas. And I had to like do something just to get it out of my head. Like, I had to go buy some things and start working on it and come up with at least a version of it so I could just quit thinking about it, because it was keeping me awake at night, designing it in my head and doing all that. So I have to do something just to get it out of my head. Once I get it out of my head, I can move on to the next thing. But
I'll give you a peek into the crazy that happens here. Last night, I had to stop myself, and I do often. I have to stop myself from pursuing a project because it's not smart to do everything that pops in your head. But last night, I started sketching out on the computer a homemade drone that I could 3D print and build, like do the electronics, the RF, everything, build the drone. But I had to have 3 of them and a dock. And the reason behind it was I could have them take rotating shifts and survey the entire 10-acre property. And when the battery started getting down to 20%, it could land and the next one could take off. And it was just going to be a for funsy type thing. But I had to stop myself. I'm like, okay, that's stupid. Hold on. But I spent like 2 hours on it before I realized what I was doing. Like, that's the crazy brain stuff you get into when you have.
hey, I want to share a screen real quick and make sure I'm at the right place. I think I am, but I want to double check with you guys.
Same person.
This is the right place, right?
yeah,
Okay.
you're there.
All right.
Flex is not available till tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it releases at midnight or tomorrow or something like that.
They're gonna 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern tonight. They're gonna shut down for at least an hour.
But
They're
you're
planning on an hour, but I'd be shocked if it didn't take more.
yeah. If you buy 100 listings at that $15, they'll carry over. They don't go away.
They don't expire. No, they don't expire.
What do you mean they don't expire? Because it says 100 listings, no subscriptions, never expires. What is that? What do you mean expire?
They don't go away. Like your monthly subscription, if you buy the 1,000 listings for a month,
Yeah.
goes in at the end of the month. If you only use 300 listings, you lose the other 700.
So the other 700 does not roll over.
Right. They don't roll over. Each month you get a new 1,000 chunk.
But not with the 100 that you buy. You can
Those
take
ones
6
are-
months to use those if you want to.
Yep.
Oh, okay, I understand. So the free one says you can do 10 listings, 1 user, 5 eBay accounts.
Yeah, it's just you just get 10 listings. If you do that one, it's just going to frustrate you because you're going to mess up your first batch. And then you're not going to know if it works good or not. Like that's not a good way to introduce.
Oh no, I got 2 people I think I can call that can walk me through and make sure I get it right the first
You got
time.
one. You got one. I ain't one of them.
I hadn't unblocked him yet, so there he ain't got me.
I'm thinking about blocking. Listen, I tried to walk you through High Point or High Bid the other night, and I couldn't get that done. I'm not attempting list easier with you.
Dude, man, I was ready to pull what little hair I had out off of
I'm
High Bid.
gonna-
Scott.
I'm gonna put an auto forward to Corey's number on it. So if you call, it's going straight to Corey.
Okay.
You do that.
Hey, Scott, I cut my hair one time, and that was 3 weeks ago. Thank you, brother.
We had one comment last week that
Yeah,
Chris
those things are good, man.
were starting to look like brothers, and I went and shaved my beard immediately.
Wow.
Oh yeah, somebody commented.
You know
that.
what?
He went and shaved his beard immediately.
I didn't even notice that. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
Corey has hair. I don't.
Somebody said Corey and Chris were starting to look like brothers, and I wasn't having it, so I told Teresa this is going away.
Yeah, that was last week. Yeah. But see, you have hair.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, see, I don't have hair.
I am still flocked.
I ain't gonna lie. The only reason I went bald is because right here I got like this crop circle right here.
You gotta. Whose Discord's going off?
Not mine.
It's mine, and I can't figure out how to cut it off because I've got it closed out, and I don't know. It just keeps going off, and nobody is messaging on Discord. I don't know what in the world. I don't even know if it's Discord.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I can't cut it off. I don't know what it won't. I've got the app closed out. I got it closed out on my phone, and it's still it's on my computer, and it still just continue. See, look, and there's no messages because I'm not even seeing them on my phone. I don't know why it's even alerting me.
Scott, can you help him with Discord?
I don't do Discord.
What's a Discord?
These people are so dumb. I had somebody could they do $110 for a stupid cash register? I'm like, sure, I'll take 110 for it. Now they're bitching it was 120. I'm like, the taxes between you and the state of New York, you dumb fuck. What's that got to do with me?
We literally just had a cash register that went out, and they opened a return on it.
Oh wow!
With a cash register, they're heavy.
I paid up for a turntable, a Sony turntable, last week or week before last or whatever it was. I paid $15, and that's paying up for me. $15 is, and I got it home, and it ended up working, and I ended up selling it for $69.99 plus $30 shipping, and I listed it on Monday, and it sold on Friday. So that's
yeah.
Yeah.
I sold a turntable.
After?
I sold a cash register. I sold a hutch. I sold a bathtub, a kitchen sink. Just all kinds of little Playmobil things.
Oh, that's awesome.
They never get returned either. That's nice.
Yeah, that's hey, look right here, Brad. I still got my little thing again sitting up here.
There's Chris, y'all. Show him yourself, Chris.
Got my little dude riding the horse right
Playmobil Chris.
That's Chris.
Chris. Look, he's got his tissue here for when he wants to whine.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was for. Y'all time crying.
I would expect it would have been a football helmet with one little bar so where you can lick the windows. See, look, I'm doing CDs right now. Did y'all see my CDs go?
What's that?
He's knocked out his work for a day, and I'm not even a third of the way done. What the hell?
So if Scott, if he's doing your CD store, then what? So how many stores you got now? So you got a media, a main, and a parts, right?
Yeah, but I'm rolling the parts. I'm gonna sign up for Ink Frog one day this week and put the all parts into the main store.
Oh, really?
And I've also got media in the main store that I'm gonna put in the media store. So I've got to straighten some of that out.
Why are you switching your parts store over into your main store?
Because I get tired of looking on a third browser to figure out what I've sold in the store that's got 191 items in it.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good thing I look because there's another sale in there today.
So I do have one question for you. Did you see the one text that I sent you about the item I sold in less than 12 hours that you put me on?
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that I look.
Every one of them says that way, Chris. It don't matter what size they are. They all sell that fast.
Well, see, I got a 12-inch one that won't.
I only do the 10s and the 10, 7, and 7 3/4.
Okay, so 10s are smaller. Okay, what about the plastic ones?
Oh, they're gold.
Which ones is the ones
They all come in the same. They all come in plastic or glass. If you got the 10-inch plastic, oh my god, that thing sells.
Does it have the brand name on it, or you just got to Google Lens it and it'll tell you the brand name?
It's got a funky shape to it. You can't miss it.
Listen to these guys gatekeeping.
Okay. All right. Because me and Tammy that morning we went back to the thrift store and bought more. But these were tempered glass ones, and they're not for those type, they're for other stuff. So but they still sell pretty, not as good as that one did, but they still sell pretty good. So is that Corey, where'd you go?
He's eating.
Oh.
Give somebody some privacy, Chris.
Can y'all believe that I didn't eat at all yesterday until 8:30 last night?
That was good for you.
I tried. No, it wasn't, man. It wasn't good for my belly at all, man. At all.
I saw at the end of your video you were getting a little cross-eyed.
Yes, man. I my sugar was dropping bad, dude. And I went home and Tammy says, "What's wrong with you?" I says, "I think my sugar's dropping." She says, "You need to eat." I says, "No, I can't. I can't eat. I got to do this." And at 8:30, I just said, "Lord, I'm sorry." I had to. I was going to fall out.
SCG's got a question for you YouTube guys. You influencers.
Lizzie, let's see here. Let me put it up here. Do you guys all feel that being a YouTube streamer or influencer has any influence on the number of sales you get compared to other eBay sellers? Me personally, I don't think so. For me, I don't think I get any viewer sales.
I have one sale, and it was from this show one time. So,
yeah, I'm not touchy feely like those people are who are trying to sell to their audience.
Touchy feely.
If you don't learn from listening to me, I can't help you because I'm trying to. Okay, so the way you move on, a YouTube channel moves on as well, unless you force yourself to progress to stay in the same spot. I just couldn't stay in the spot of. You go look at all the videos, all the stuff Kevin does. Who do you think was the first one to strap a fucking camera on and go to a yard sale?
Probably Kevin.
Where do you think he got that idea from?
Lonnie. You got it from Lonnie.
No.
That's why I'm not unblocking you. I was
get it from you, Scott.
Yeah, I did that in late 2016, but it's more about running a business and all that stuff than anything. You know, the yard sales have become just a means to run a business, and the business has become the focus. So I teach people about what I learned about running a business because most people don't know that stuff and never figure it out. And it's not the popular channel to run tell somebody it's not what you sell. It's not eBay. Most of the time, the reasons you're having problems in your business is you.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that.
I think as far as the YouTube channels helping you with sales, I think there's a certain threshold you'd have to get to where that would, even if you wanted that to influence your sales, I don't think anybody on this is even remotely in that size of channel to where it would. I think we've had 5 viewer sales in 4 years. Like, it's just not, this isn't marketing for our eBay store. It doesn't work. Not at this level.
I'm gonna look. Upstate Pickers, the #1 ephemera seller. We have another #1 in here also. But I want to tell Upstate Picker, if you go to my store and you message me that you want all the ephemera that's on my store, we will work out a deal and a bundle, and I will be more than happy to get rid of it. Be more than happy.
Hey, I'm a #1 seller in any category I'm in.
What kind of ephemera, Chris?
There's newspapers from the 60s from the moon landing of Apollo.
The Great Lie. The Great Lie. Ain't nobody been to the damn moon.
I have. I was just there.
I go to the moon every night. Oh, I think if your biz was whatnot, I think it helps them, at least as far as saying, hey, be here at this time.
Yeah, that's another point. I think if your business is eBay and you're a reseller, YouTube isn't going to help you much in that regard. It might open some doors in the community. There's other benefits to the YouTube channel.
Right.
You know, the friendships we have on YouTube with other people and stuff like that, that kind of comes from YouTube, and it's hard to make that connection without it. But as far as the reselling, it doesn't do much. But you can have a really small YouTube channel and monetize that in different ways. I mean, look how many of these things we've sold, and it's a good product. We use it every day. I was just using it today. And this kind of stuff you can sell on a YouTube channel as long as it's decent and people will buy it. And it helps jumpstart those kind of projects. But as far as eBay reselling, I would say a resounding no, unless you're in that 50 to 100,000 subscriber range. It's just not viable.
Yeah, I think there are some like Kevin and probably Dave and
a lot of people buy from Lonnie too. Lonnie's always had good viewer sales.
Yeah, Lonnie's another one. Yeah, I think they get a lot of viewer sales.
He's also got the kind of things that people want, like collectibles.
Depends on what you sell. 100%, Brad. You know, there are not people lining up to buy. You know, the craziness that it's so random that
You mean nobody wants that Rolling Stones Bridges to Babylon CD you got?
Nobody wants My Little Pony yet? What the hell?
Yeah.
That's brand new, ain't it?
Yeah.
What the heck, guys? Why aren't you on Beard's channel buying My Little Pony?
I know Kevin's a brony. I don't know why he hadn't bought it yet.
To give you guys a sports reference, since I know we were on that topic,
Uh-oh.
not everybody is a Michael Jordan, and you kind of got to be in that level of reselling YouTube to make YouTube effective for reselling.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying.
Reference, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's you got to be talking about Michael Jordan in order to sell Michael Jordan stuff.
No.
Oh, hey, Steve the Picker. Steve's back. Chris, you didn't run him off.
Steve the Picker's back.
He's been watching the Bears.
The Bears.
He's been watching the Buffalo and Bears and all that. Hello, Steve. Welcome back. Yes, we're back.
I bet Christmas is nice at Yellowstone.
This guy says, I said $110 total, though. You know what we're about to do?
Block.
Oh.
No, we're about to cancel this fucking order on buyer said cancel. And then let's cancel his order. These people think I'm screwing with them. I don't care. Buyer said to cancel because he ain't happy with the price. Buyer said to cancel.
This is why YouTube does not help resellers.
This guy's going to be a serious pain in the ass if I don't cancel it right now.
We are a curmudgeon-y bunch, and it doesn't do us good.
I agree with you, Scott. That's one of them that he'll get it and want to return it, and then it'll come back damaged and everything else. Yeah.
We've had a guy that's canceled 3 different orders in the last week. Tanner's like, block him, just block him, cancel it, and block him. So I pulled it up and I said, Tanya, I said, he's bought like 9 or 10 things from us, and he's just canceled these few. You sure you want to do it? She's like, well, the next time he does it, block him.
I had a guy, listen, back on December the 27th, I shipped 4 K35 parts to this one guy, and he was building fixing his coffee pot. Okay. Well, he messaged me that I seen the wrong circuit board. And I got looking, and of course, I seen the wrong circuit board. So I grabbed the right one on my dollar, whatever you want to call it. I shipped it to him at no extra charge or anything like that. I just shipped it to him, sent him a tracking number and everything. 2 days later, he messaged me. He says, hey, my wife went ahead and just bought me a new one for Christmas. He said, would you, he says, can I just send you all this back with my old coffee pot and you can have all the parts for it too? And I'm just like, what?
Sure.
And I said, yeah, sure. I'll just open the return and I'll send you the label. So he opened the return on December 27th, right? He still hasn't sent it back. And he has till January 21st to send that. Why do they get so many days to, do you understand what I'm saying? So now I got $75 on hold in my parts store because I'm waiting on something that should have been shipped last month to me. You follow what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, y'all understand. Y'all get it. I just don't understand why. eBay. I think eBay, with all the changes they're doing, Poshmark, they have a 3-day return policy. Macari has a 3-day return policy. Why can't eBay have a 3-day return policy? If it's not a 3-day return policy, why can't they just do it like, okay, you got 30 days to return it, but you got 5 days to ship it?
Oh, I'm sorry, behind the bubble wrap.
I'm too cheap to buy stuff off YouTube.
I might list a whole bunch in the near future.
Scram Saturday lots on a dollar auction, though.
We've been
I sold like 8 of those little trinket boxes so far. Look at there, y'all need to go back to your auctions.
That's different.
I
That's
think-
not followers.
I think we're actually going to close the dollar auction down. We've been talking about it. I think that's the direction we're going to go with it.
Oh yeah,
Really?
I was going to ask you because I haven't listed anything on there in a couple of weeks now. I was getting ready to list some stuff. I was wondering what she's going to do.
Yeah, we're just not giving it the attention it needs to do what it needs to do. And
Yeah,
I hate doing something halfway, especially when other people are using it.
Yeah.
It's just easier just to be done with it, focus somewhere else.
well, if that becomes a thing that arrests your attention, you might change your mind for a week or two.
It could. I'll sell it to you, Brad.
Oh man, I got one I need to work on. I haven't done anything with.
How has yours been going, Brad? That's what I was going to ask you.
Oh, I'm not really doing anything with it, but I was actually thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about what I wanted to do to get people over there, but it's like number 10 on the list of things I got to do, and I'm stuck on like number 4 or 5 at the moment. So
That's the way my hat store is over there. I mean, I haven't touched it in I don't know how long. But
I know
people-
I have a pool of buyers that all I have to do is get them there, and it'll do great, But it's just a way of how am I going to get them there? That's the thing I got to figure out. So,
Well, you can always do the QR code thing in your packages.
yeah, I did that. The only thing that actually got some people over there was doing a live auction with $1 starts, and I was doing a giveaway, and I had all of that information on a thing, and that got a few over there. So, I don't know. I could probably do that regularly, but anyway, yeah, I got some work to do, but I'm not giving up on it. But it's also not demanding any attention. So
That's kind of where we're at right now. It's just not demanding any attention, and
yeah,
it's not hurting it. It's still profitable. I mean, people still use it, and it's fine.
I still got people joining the Hadify.
Yeah, we have people join all the time.
Yeah, I still got people joining and stuff. So I mean, I think I would know if something sold over there, but 'cause I sure ain't been notified. So I don't know. I took all my hats off of there. There's other sellers on there that has their stuff on there, and I've left them. But
Right now, if we have extra time, most of that is getting poured into stuff like Promo Nomo and getting that,
yeah,
doing updates and keeping up with that, and the return on that is much better than the dollar auction. It just doesn't make sense to focus on the dollar auction.
Baseball says Walmart Plus is coming soon. What is that?
Plus is already there. You pay for a subscription to Walmart.
A subscription for what?
Black Diamond keeps erupting here. That's kind of interesting. What's Black Diamond? I've heard
VHS.
like sandblasting media.
He's talking about
VHS?
No, he's talking about something in Yellowstone. Okay, I thought he was talking about Reseller. I thought he was talking about
program that you pay for, kind of like Amazon, where you can get free shipping. I think it's stuff from Walmart.
Eric, you're right, and that person has been warned about 6 times, and when we catch, I mean, we've already told them if we catch it again, we're just going to kick them off.
The overpricing shipping?
That's actually a rule right in the guidelines. If you're trying to make your money on shipping, you're not staying on. And we have
Was
had
that the same person I messaged you about that one time?
probably.
Yes.
That's the biggest offender of that. Yeah.
I was like, what is this? But I think I don't know. I heard that Walmart. Now I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I heard Walmart is possibly doing away. Now I don't see this. I think this is just somebody talking, but I had heard that Walmart had said that they was going to do away with the brick and mortar and do strictly online. I don't see how they can function that way.
They're the same people talking about that special episode of Stranger Things that's coming too.
Oh yeah, the one supposed to drop yesterday.
Yeah, and last week.
Walmart is just as much in the real estate business as they are in the retail business. They need their physical locations. That's half their business model.
That's what I was thinking. I mean, even though a lot of people do order online now and have their stuff delivered to them and all that, and that's something interesting. I watched a Kevin video not too long ago about shipping and stuff and how Amazon is going to corner the market with shipping their own items and stuff. And he said something in his video later on in that video about he thinks that possibly it could happen is Walmart could be a hub for resellers you can take your stuff and ship it through Walmart because Walmart does a lot of shipping and you could drop your stuff off there and they can ship it for you. Do you think there's anything to that or?
Yeah, I mean, the business model is already proven. Fulfilled by Amazon does the same thing. If they do Fulfilled by Walmart, there is, yeah. And there's already businesses that do that. They're called 3PLs where you could do that right now. We could take our entire inventory warehouse and send it to a 3PL and have them fulfill orders for us. But we didn't actually have to keep inventory, but it becomes a cost thing for resellers that do it like we do. Unless your margins can absorb that cost, because they're not going to do it for free.
I don't know the Kevin video you're talking about, but that actually makes sense because on Walmart.com, a lot of the sellers are already third-party sellers. Yep. So if they wanted to compete with Amazon and do something similar to FBA, Walmart's already positioned to do it.
Yeah, but I might have misunderstood what he was saying, but it sounded like it sounded like we could sell something and then take our packages to Walmart and they would ship it for us.
That sounds too convoluted.
I think that is kind of what
I misunderstood, and I was just like, how does that even?
I think that is kind of what he was mentioning. I think he was talking about Walmart starting a distribution side to their business to where they were kind of like your UPS drop off because they have a distribution network all over the country already.
Right.
Yeah. I read Sam Walton's book about 20 years ago.
Yep.
And that was one of the things that actually helped Walmart conquer pretty much all the other department stores was the thing they did different was they set up their own distribution centers. Yep. So that when something's out of stock on a shelf in a Walmart in my local town here in Tullahoma, when it's out of stock, it's in stock the next day again because they have their own distribution system set up. So that's one of the logistical things Walmart did to beat everybody else. And Lag says they already do that. It's called WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Service.
Yeah.
I say, what's her name uses that sometimes.
Crazy Flipping Mom. Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Dave does too. Dave uses Walmart Fulfillment.
Explain
that again.
So I don't know what Walmart Fulfillment Service is, but if it's like FBA, you send your products into Amazon and they store them in their inventory system and all that. When it's sold on Amazon.com and it's an FBA shipment, they just pack it and pull it just like they do any other package for Amazon and ship it.
So these are items that you as an individual sell on Walmart.
Yes. I'm assuming that's what Walmart Fulfillment Service is.
Right.
So it's either with on Amazon, it's FBM, fulfilled by merchant, meaning you keep it at your place and when it sells on Amazon.com, you ship it, or you send it in to Amazon's fulfillment center, FBA, and when it sells on Amazon and it's FBA, they pack and ship the order, take care of any returns, anything like that. So
Yeah, Mag says he uses it, and it's exactly like FBA.
there you go. Makes
We use
sense.
FBA for our books. So it's the same thing, just with Walmart.
Now I have a question for you. So you mean to tell me that
You mean to tell me?
Yeah, so that we can sell on Walmart?
Yeah, you can.
It has to be new stuff.
Well, they're changing that. They are actually diving into the used market, from what I've heard. I don't know if they're there yet, but that is something that they've been talking about for a while.
So obviously, Lag sells on Walmart. And Scott, you don't use Walmart? So
that seems like some level of incest going on there, because if you're going to the Walmart clearance aisle and you're doing a retail arbitrage to Walmart.com,
that's what Crazy Flippin' Mom does.
Yeah, how about that?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Amazon, she buys Walmart clearance and then puts it on Walmart's website to sell it.
For real?
Yeah.
I used to do that with FBA. I've done that with FBA in the past, but
yeah,
it seems kind of incestuous and wrong.
I think the
reason. How do I research that? What do I look up? Because that's interesting. Because
I've been to Walmart to do that.
I think the reason it works is because if say South Dakota has a clearance section here, and I go buy out an entire clearance section of one item, just because we have it and it's on clearance here doesn't mean the people in Florida have it.
Right, exactly.
So if you put it on Walmart.com, then the people in Florida could buy it, and so it's kind of that's what makes it work, is because every clearance in every Walmart isn't the same.
So how do you get involved in that?
Look, you know what? Punch up some YouTube videos and look it up. I bet there's sellers who have a lot of info on it.
Yeah, go follow Crazy Flippin' Mom. She's in Omaha. She does that.
I think I'm a subscriber to her. Let me write it down. Crazy Flippin' Mom. Because so I like what you just said, Corey. I've always thought that, like just because it's going to clearance at my store and someone buys that out, you can still go online and buy that item.
Now, even
though that store don't have it.
She does mostly food items. So she'll buy out all the Easter candy the day after Easter, and then put it up on Amazon or put it back in Walmart.com, and she'll sell it online.
So how do you keep candy good?
You don't keep it good. She buys it and immediately sends it in and lists it. It sells fast enough that it isn't going to expire.
Oh, okay? So we send it into Walmart as an FBA thing.
Yeah.
Yep. FBW.
Or WFS or whatever it is. But yeah, she sends it. She does Amazon and she does Walmart. So she'll go to Walmart the day after Easter or the night after Easter or whatever and buy out all the Easter candy and then send it directly into Walmart.
So we need someone to come on one of our shows that does the Walmart and explain to us how it works. I mean, what do you do about returns? How does the returns work? How do the fees work?
I don't know.
I know the margins. Like I've seen her talk her numbers before, and her numbers look really good, but I don't think the margins are great. So I think it's a hustle. Like she works her butt off.
Yeah.
And I don't think she makes any more than we do, but I'm not sure of that. I don't know. But there's a lot of questions to answer there. I don't have the answers.
Because I would be interested in that one. Do you have to be ungated in things like Amazon is? I think Amazon gates you every time. You see, you can't return food. Okay, baseball says you can. You couldn't return. Yeah.
I think she gets returns on candy stuff all the time.
Really? So, but the returns don't come to her; they go back to Walmart, correct?
For her, you send them to Walmart. Walmart sells them and sends them out. The returns come to her.
Really?
I think so.
So you can avoid.
It's been a while since I sold on Amazon. Did that used to be something you could do, Beard? You could have your Amazon returns sent back to you?
Yes, it used to be, but they've made a lot of the pain in the ass. I haven't used FBA in several years now just because They got to a point where they were stealing stuff. It was blatant theft from Amazon for a couple of years, and I was like, you know what, I'm out.
So that's what I want to know. So it's not going to be like Amazon now. You have all these Amazon return pallets, and you get something out of a return pallet, and it's not even what's supposed to be in the box. The buyer sent something completely ridiculous back. But got
Amazon doesn't check. They just throw it in a return pallet and they're done with it.
Right. So Walmart, they send it back to the seller so the seller can dispute it instead of them getting, say they got some.
I don't know if that's true.
Say they got trash.
I don't know about that.
Candies.
I don't know if that's
Walmart
true.
is, from what I hear, Walmart is more, if the customer says something and they get a refund, like a customer says, it says, tracking says deliver and the customer says it ain't, Walmart refunds and charges you.
Yeah, and I think Walmart doesn't give you the option to dispute a return. You're going to take the return if they send you last week's Caesar salad. They don't give a shit. Like, you're going to take that return. There's no dispute process.
You still can't avoid the scams on there like you can with eBay.
No, I don't think so. But it's just part of
selling.
What, Brad?
I said that's just the nature of online selling, bro.
Yep. Yeah, unless you control the platform, you can't control that.
All right, so Lag says here, he says that there's a lot of returns on Walmart because customers can return the orders in the store. Then Walmart sends it back to you. So, okay, so then that means that Walmart will not take trash in their store. They actually have to send their correct item into the store, correct?
You're asking a lot of questions to the wrong people.
Yeah.
I mean, we could speculate, but we don't know.
I need to find somebody that does Walmart. Apparently Lag does. I need to get in touch with Lag. He says it's more complicated than Amazon. You have to list new items with Excel spreadsheets. Oh, yeah. We don't do Excel here. I don't even know how to operate that. So, all right. So that might be out of the question there.
You let Excel exclude you from a business model?
I don't know how to use Excel.
I didn't know how to resell 4 years ago.
What the hell? What is Excel?
Huh?
Are we talking about Excel or Xscale?
Excel.
It's the opposite of scaling. It's when you do worse every day.
Well, yeah, when it starts getting complicated, man, you can't teach a old dog new tricks.
Yes, you can.
Man, you know how long it took me to figure out how to operate eBay, and I still can't operate it correctly.
If you got a dog that's done learning, that dog's ready to be put down.
Oh, don't be telling me that.
Old dog could still learn.
Don't be telling me that. Don't need to be putting me down. But I am interested in the Walmart thing. But if it's more complicated than Amazon and you got more problems than Amazon, then I really, I bet I could sell twongs on Walmart.
Out of all the businesses that we've ever run or operated or started or sold or anything else, eBay is the least complicated, easiest, simplified business model there is. And if you're having trouble with the learning curve on that, there isn't any. There's no easy.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Poshmark is the easiest one.
It's still reselling. It's just reselling. It doesn't matter what platform you do it on.
Well, I think Poshmark is probably the easiest one, I think, because you ain't got to worry about shipping costs and none of that. They do all that for you. And you ain't got to worry about, it's like 3 days and it's over with.
You don't have to worry about making sales.
Well, I've sold more on Poshmark this last month than I have on eBay.
Well, that tells me you're doing eBay wrong.
Who is baseball? Scott, is that Kevin? I still think I heard you call him Kevin.
Yeah, his name's Kevin.
That's not Kevin, though.
No, that's not. There's too many Kevin.
Occupy time and space. Yes, God can occupy time and space.
I know, Mary.
We make sales on Poshmark. Corey don't hate
But if you're
Right,
if you're giving the same items to Posh and eBay both, and you're giving them both an honest effort, and Posh is outselling eBay, you're doing eBay wrong.
No. Hold on. I'm cross-listing the exact same listing from eBay to Posh. It says the exact same thing, same price, everything, and it sells faster on Poshmark than it does on eBay.
I guess maybe type of item.
Maybe, I don't know. Could be.
I can't sell you. I can't wrap my head around doing better on Posh than eBay for an everything seller. For a clothing seller,
No, I don't put everything on Posh. Anything under 5 pounds, I put on Posh. Anything under 5 pounds, because it costs $6 or something to ship it wherever it goes. But Mary sells a lot on Macari. I can't give away stuff on Macari.
Nope.
So I don't know how she does it. I mean,
we have people telling us on our Saturday show that they do better on Etsy than they do on eBay, and we had to have a conversation about that. Like, I don't know how.
I don't either.
Well, I make sales on Mercari.
Do you, Brad? Let me ask you, Brad. Do you think Macari is more of a toy market or a collector market?
I don't know. I just know the stuff I put over there, I do sell. So,
but you only put toys over there, right?
For the most part, yeah. I actually sold some books over there this weekend.
It's not comparable to eBay though, right? Like, it's on a different level.
No, it's at scale. If eBay's here, Mercari's here. And if eBay's up, Mercari's up. If eBay's down, Mercari's down. It's a sliding scale.
Yeah.
I can even see having a month where you do better on Posh than on eBay if everything else is equal, but not sustainable that way. Like, eBay's got the audience and the buyer.
Too many eyeballs, yeah.
So much.
Too many eyeballs there. So we had some people here in town that I worked at their house.
Sure.
And they were just Etsy sellers. Their whole garage was just stations of things they built for Etsy, and they had it all in bins. And when it sold, it was some kind of custom thing they would put together for people. And that's all they did. That was probably 20 years ago.
So see, look what Upstate was saying. He's saying they sell crystals over there from India. Now I can see that selling on Etsy. I can't see it selling on eBay. I mean, I can see it outselling on Etsy over eBay.
On Whatnot, they sell good on Whatnot.
Crystals do.
I know somebody sells crystals on Whatnot.
Well, what's his name? Not Tekken, the Asian guy. What's his name?
Mason?
Chris Lynn?
No,
Chris Lynn. Yeah.
He was doing
Daily Refinement.
Yes. He was selling crystals for a while over there.
Is that like the same rocks that you find in the mountains? It's got the lava rocks. Wonder if you could do good with those.
I don't know. Are you gonna just start picking up rocks?
No, you have to get the lava rocks. That's got the shiny stuff, purple.
You could go around Georgia gathering up that white moss that's all around.
Yeah, that's down in South Georgia, down around Savannah.
You know what else we found out sold on Etsy? Chicken feathers. If you raise chickens, go pick up your feathers. Chicken feathers sell on Etsy.
Keep your clothes on, Teresa. We can see you.
You got me looking.
So wait a minute. And speaking of that, so what is the weirdest thing you guys have ever sold on eBay? The strangest thing that not really the weirdest, like, wow, that really sold on eBay? Kind of thing.
I got mine. It's not really weird. My brother-in-law used to own this business, but my father-in-law owns it now. They make and sell cedar furniture. They have a whole place where they make and sell cedar furniture. And Tanya would pick up just like boxes of the cedar, just cut things that were cut off of the ends of the legs and all of that, and we would just put them in a flat rate box and sell them on eBay. Because people, we just pack a box full of just cedar scraps, and people buy them, I guess, for their closets and whatever else, and use it.
Yeah, there's a guy at the local auctioneer who's got a cedar tree that got struck by lightning, so he cut it up in a bunch of pieces and then sold it for 3 or 4 months. He was selling cedar pieces.
We could still do it. they have a mountain of the stuff out behind the shop all the time because they're just constantly taking the scraps and just dumping them out there and then burning them after it reaches, 12 feet high.
How much did y'all sell that box for, Brad?
And it wasn't much. I mean, like 15, 20 bucks, but
it was a flat rate, medium flat rate or large flat rate?
It was the medium flat rate, but it was super simple because it's like, when she was over at her mom and dad's house, she would just throw a bunch of them in the trunk, bring them home.
See, Kat said she would buy them in a heartbeat.
Well,
I'll send you, Kat. If you'll send me your address on Instagram, Kat, I'll just send you a box.
There you go.
There you go.
They're different sizes. They might be like 2 by 3 by 1 or.
Oh, what's the weirdest thing we ever sold on eBay? I don't know.
3 by 3 by 1.
Everything we sell on eBay is freaking weird to us.
I mean, just something. I mean, not really weird, but something that's just like, wow, I really just sold that on eBay.
I don't know. I don't really have a good. I mean, every postcard I sell, I'm like, why? Who buys this? Like, I don't know.
Scott, what is one of yours?
I don't know. I'm like Corey. Everything's weird.
So
Hey, Chad.
I sold a lot of egg cartons, the paper, cardboardish egg cartons, and I think I had some styrofoam ones in there too, but not many. And I only sold I think it's like 20 of them. I had a lot of 20, and I sold those. I put them up, and because I've seen other people, I've seen sold comps for lots of egg cartons, and I was like, all right, I'll put these up there. And I did. I put them up and I sold them for $30.
I bought eggs on eBay.
We have.
Like for chickens?
Yeah, like buy unhatched eggs so you can.
Yeah. I know you can do that. Yeah.
It's not a good idea. Don't buy them because you have to buy about 2 dozen eggs to hatch 2 chicks because they come pretty much scrambled.
Yeah, and you gotta apparently, from my understanding, they have to be shipped a certain way and all that too, right?
Well, there's no requirement for how they have to ship them, but if they're going to arrive safe, it's tough. I mean, if one person chucks that box onto a conveyor, those eggs are no good to hatch. It's a very low hatch rate on those. We learned our lesson pretty quick, but I think we spent a few $100s on eggs on eBay when we were first starting our chicken hatchery here. But we made quite a bit of money on hatching chicks too. Once we had our own chickens and they were giving us the eggs and we were hatching those, we couldn't hatch them fast enough. They'd sell every time.
Right. Lag, yes, I use flat rate shipping. Oh, you mean the flat rate boxes that we were talking about? No, I don't do it that way. No. I don't do it. Yeah, I just thought that was, and I sold something else before too.
By the way, that's why we quit selling them because flat rate went up to the point where it just wasn't.
Yeah,
flat rate wasn't worth it, so we don't even fool with it anymore. Yeah, but I will happily send anybody a box of cedar scraps that wants them. Just send me your address.
But Brad, you could probably get a box the size of that flat rate and fill that box and charge $9.99 shipping.
As the #1 seller of Playmobil on eBay, I don't have time to do that.
You can become the #1 seller of cedar.
If I saw a $100 bill on the sidewalk, and I stopped to pick that $100 bill up, I would lose money as the #1 seller of Playmobil on eBay. I ain't got time for stuff like that.
Big time this now.
You're starting to sound like Corey now.
What are you trying to say? I'm not the #1 seller of anything.
Oh, so you would definitely stop and pick up the $100 bill, huh?
You keep it up with those stereograms, you might be.
I'll knock you over for a $100 bill.
Right?
Yeah. Throw hands.
Yeah.
I heard that crazy. I heard that crazy something another one time. They were asking like how rich is somebody, and that was the one that they used about Bill Gates. If Bill Gates actually was walking down the street saw $100 bill and stopped to reach down and pick it up, he would actually be losing money compared to his time.
I've heard that.
That's nuts to even think that.
Yeah.
I want to be that rich. Well, I don't want to be that rich because that demands a lot of your time.
And how-
Give a lot of it away. I just give most of it away.
unless you just get a silver folder, man.
There we go. That's great.
What? Gotta be number one in something.
He was number one. I like it.
I know someone. Never mind.
We can do
Anyway,
that. We can do that.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to bring that topic up on this channel. So,
I missed something there. What
I
were we
must have
talking
missed
about?
it too.
I was going to say something, about the millionaire thing, but I left it alone because I don't want to bring up that topic on this channel. So
You want to jump into politics? What do you want to talk about? Minnesota, fraud, Greenland?
yeah, okay, all right. Well, since you brought it up, here let's talk about the.
There
So
you go.
someone is becoming instant millionaire over a death of a young lady. Think about that.
Who did?
How crazy that is.
Death of a young lady.
Instant millionaire. She got $1.5 million on GoFundMe.
Yep,
Oh,
there
yeah.
it is. Teresa just told you. Yep. Sure
Yeah.
did.
But I got 500 and some thousand.
It's
I
up
don't
to
know.
600 and something thousand, I think now, Teresa.
I don't watch it, so I
Yeah.
just have to notice
Yeah,
it.
Tammy told me that this morning, and I was like, "Are you freaking
Thank you,
kidding?"
Steve.
Make
Steve
sure
saw,
you're the chat.
Steve,
What did he say?
thank you, Steve. Steve saw the thing and sent it for me.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I think Teresa might have mentioned it to me, but I guess good for her. Like, what do you say to that?
Drop her phone camera video.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sure everybody's got different opinions on that, so I keep mine to myself.
I've got opinions on it. That's for
Do
sure.
you?
I
Do we
have
want to talk? Do we want to talk about our opinions on it here?
well, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about this ice thing, or do you want to talk about Greenland, or do you want to talk about Minnesota fraud? Like, where do we want to go?
We'll pick one.
Scott, where do you want to go on this?
Yeah, let's have Scott. Let's let Scott pick
Gotta
one. Up.
talk to you.
Why me?
Why you? I've seen your Friday show. That's why you.
Yeah, that's why.
Mm,
Which one you want to talk about, Scott?
you don't want my opinion.
I don't really understand. I mean, I don't understand. I don't really know a lot about the Greenland thing.
I think that she should never get to spend the 1.5 million, because if you watch the video and she's yelling at her or whatever the hell they are, go, that makes her fucking accomplished to murder, because she was killed in the commission of a crime assaulting a federal police officer. She should already be in jail for first degree murder. There you go.
I think
To end this shit, I'm telling you, there's no consequences for anything. If I was Trump, I'd already rolled in. The National Guard and the Army and the Marines would have already rolled in. We'd have cleaned this shit. There's no way you let another Seattle where they're putting all this shit on the side of the road. You end this once and for all.
I can't picture myself back in the 90s and like when they did that in Seattle and they blocked off part of the city and said no cops. Like, could you imagine that in the 90s?
No, that wouldn't happen.
And they only do this in these crazy, weird Democrat areas. You come blocking traffic down here in Huntsville, Alabama, you're gonna be a fucking speed bump. Bubba's gonna hit you with his truck so damn hard that you ain't gonna have to worry about it, because you're
Not
gonna.
even on purpose. He was just drunk that day. You got in the wrong road.
Yeah.
You do good enough to stay on the roads. You're damn right around here. They're idiots.
Well,
I think the lady just put herself in a real bad situation intentionally, and she paid a consequence.
exactly.
I don't.
It's a sad situation for both sides, I think. But here's also what I think. The whole thing could have been avoided, because I heard the police officer say, "Hey, stop your vehicle and get out of your car," before any of that happened.
But you're not dealing with regular people, Chris. They go, "Oh, she was a mother of three." Nobody says, "Wait a minute."
She wasn't even in the same state they live in.
she's been convicted of child abuse and domestic violence, and 2 of her kids were taken away from her. This fucking saint of a woman, you're trying to make the Floyd out of her, who died of a drug overdose, for God's sakes. This is, I mean, the media in this country. You want to know what can MAGA do? What can MAGA do in retaliation for all this stuff? We just go burn down all the media. You want to fix this country?
After watching the Golden Globes. Like the Golden Globes talked about how good of a person she was.
Are you serious?
Country?
Oh, they all wore pins.
Go
No
9/11.
way.
Go 9/11 to all the major media companies. Go 9/11, all of them.
Wow.
It was a very avoidable situation. I can't imagine putting myself in a situation where I'm actively trying to obscure law enforcement and not have a consequence. Like, I don't. That lady had balls way bigger than mine, because if I did that, I'd get arrested in a heartbeat. I don't know how they keep doing that dumb shit.
If you've ever listened to any of George Carlin, go back and listen to Carlin. He had this thing about in around 2000 or so where he talked about the liberal left and how they're so dangerous that ideology becomes your identity, who you are, because at some point you end up defending stupid. And to make yourself not look any worse, you have to defend stupider, even more stupider. And that's where we are. I mean, he was 100% right. I watched again last night. You know, just think about this. They are out there marching around telling you that a man can be a woman can be a man can have a baby. I mean, all this absolute.
Now you got Teresa going.
So we watched a guy today, a person today on a video that was talking about having unisex bathrooms, which I'm okay with. Who cares? But when you start talking about, what did they say? Something women having non-women having periods. Bitch, a guy cannot have a period.
Well,
and a girl dressed as a guy can, but they're not a guy.
Oh my God! And I saw a comedian yesterday. He told him he was a trans Native American or something, and he had on an Indian headdress.
We live in a crazy world, don't we?
I mean, it's just the truth and stupidity. Oh my God! I mean, it's just never thought.
This is what I think. The media has caused this, and they got what they want. They have now successfully divided this country undoubtedly, because you have people, and they did it, and I don't know why a lot of people are just absolutely surprised that this has happened. Like the people are so stupid that they're just surprised, because the same thing happened with Charlie Kirk. People were having parties because the man was murdered. That's ridiculous.
Hey, tell Teresa to close her ears.
Close your ears, Teresa. The
absolute death of this country and everything that's been built is going to be because of a fucking white woman. The white women are the absolute scourge of humanity, death of this fucking country.
You were supposed to close your ears.
No. Don't include all women in that. Because not all white women.
I said white women.
I know. Don't include all white women.
A white liberal woman.
There you go.
Now you stirred the nest.
I was going to do that, but that was not as much fun to get Teresa to run over here.
Yeah. Behind the bubble wrap, drama sells. Absolutely 100% correct.
I mean, life has been so good for so long that people, when you have to feel offended for somebody else who's not offended. So the perfect example of, there's a guy, another comedian, who dressed up as a Mexican. He put his little fake mustache on, obviously fake, sombrero, the works, and walks around and asks all these liberal idiots on college, am I offended? Oh, you're misappropriating their culture. And I mean, every one of them, just the same stupid bullshit that they've been brainwashed to. You go to the Mexican, he goes over the other side to talk to real Mexicans. Love the outfit. That's awesome. Love the outfit. You look great. Are you offended? Heck no. You look great. Every single one of them was the same way. And it didn't matter what age they were. No, we like it.
That's the whole problem. People in this country now think they know what everybody else is thinking.
I think the real question you got to ask, though, is if they put this much effort into trying to get you to look at the left hand, What's happening over on the right hand? What are they trying to get you to not look at? And that's the scary part about the
That's a
media
good question.
going around now is they put a lot of effort into getting you to look away in this direction. What are they doing in the other direction?
Because
I don't know.
they right now they don't want you to connect the dots. If there's this much fraud in Minnesota,
I don't have the capacity to connect.
you might as well chop California off to the edge of the earth. There's so much fraud in California. If you wipe the fraud out, we don't pay taxes.
I told Teresa the other day, I have a theory on California, and it may just be my conspiracy mind. I don't know, but if I was a rich person and I wanted to have paradise in the US, which is basically California climate wise, I would do a lot of crazy shit to try and crash the property values and get people to mass exodus California so I could buy it up. It looks a lot to me like a slumlord coming in trying to make the neighborhood worthless so they could buy it up. It's a long play.
Well, burn the place down, not allow them to build it back up like they're doing right now.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. California is going to be for sale cheap in the next 20 years. I mean,
yeah.
But that's just my conspiracy brain going like, well,
Brad, do you got any conspiracies or anything like that for this whole situation?
From the whole situation?
Yeah.
You're going to define the whole situation.
Pick a point. Hit us with a hot take.
Yeah, it is a
hot take.
Y'all the ones that asked my opinion.
Hey, man.
Brad, how do you feel about Greenland?
How do I feel about Greenland? I feel like it's a strategic piece of land that we probably should have some involvement in.
I agree.
In some way, for sure.
It's about locking up this hemisphere and keeping everybody out of this hemisphere. If you pay attention to understand. But then, I mean, then you got. I'm sorry that Josh is my number 4 and all the listies, you guys. I love those guys. Canada is like one giant liberal white woman is what Canada is. Trump shuts off Cuba and is about to shut Cuba down, and Canada goes, "We'll give y'all oil." You've seen that in the last couple of days. Canada's like, "Ooh," and then nobody has stopped to think. Wait a minute. Why does Canada not do anything with their own oil? Because their oil is such shit that they have to send that heavy crude down to the U.S. to refine it, to send it back to them idiots.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Send a bunch of heavy crude that they can't use?
I don't think the Venezuela thing is just for the oil either. I think it's for the other minerals there.
Yes.
Look, my take is that all of these things that we see pieces of, it's such a mosaic that you can't really see. You don't have the box that the puzzle came in. You don't have the box the puzzle come in to know what all these pieces are adding up to. So it's really hard to make an assessment. If you're making an assessment about this thing over here, you don't know how this thing is connected to this thing and this thing and this thing. So it's hard to say with any certainty about anything.
It is hard. It's a scary world we live in right now for sure. But for me with the Greenland thing, I mean, yeah, it's a strategic piece of land. We already have access to it as much as we want. We could just roll in there with as much military. We have a base there. We could load that base up. I think for me, the way I saw Greenland, and I have no knowledge if this is true or not, but we're going further and further away from the EU and Europe and Britain and those guys. Their countries are so much more liberal than us. At this point, we're almost putting up a bit of a wall to say, if you're going to go that direction, like you're like 80% Muslim at this point. So we need to have that for us. We can't rely on you and NATO to protect us when NATO's full of Muslims now anyway.
You want to go down a rabbit hole? Go to Revelations, and what's the number of the beast?
666.
And then go to the old Hebrew and look at the spelling, of Islam, and you make your own conclusion. Same word.
Huh.
I'm not lying.
All I know is I don't read all this. But it's a weird world we're living in these days. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'm telling you, I'm cheering on the Antichrist. Come on, get us out of here.
You and Peter Thiel have become strange bedfellows.
Come on, I'm ready to check out.
I don't know.
Grandkids.
At this point, when the first rider shows up, I'm cheering him on. Let's go.
Yeah. No, beyond Democrat and Republican and all of that, I think one of the things that's happened just over the last, 20, 30, 40 years is just the globalization of the United States has created issues, or is going to create issues, and is creating issues that if somebody doesn't walk it back, I mean, we're just too much of a consumer society. So,
and we're way too politically correct at this point to walk it back in an easy manner.
Yeah,
it kind of almost has to be a slap in the head.
Yeah, somebody's got to break some stuff, and that's always painful. So
yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot going on I don't understand for sure.
That's my take. It's like it's hard to make an assessment on one thing because you don't know how all of those things connect. So
Chad says he turned into Fox News. No, we're way more reasonable than we understand there's a lot we don't understand. We're a lot different than a media channel like that.
Yeah.
We're not preaching one path or the other. If Fox News, you mean that it's more right leaning, I don't know that we are. We're just talking common sense here.
Now, Upstate Picker said social media will never allow things to go back to normal.
That has been very destabilizing.
Now, here's my thing though. If it wasn't years ago when we didn't have social media, we didn't know or see. So
now, I think more those same theories and all those things were present 20, 30 years ago. It's just that voice, like you didn't know what Chris from Georgia's opinion was on something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now everybody has a voice. There's no more gatekeepers.
Right. My question is this, Chris: how do you know that we have any more? Because it is much easier to control you now with information that you have no clue where it came from.
Let me say that again, Scott.
So how do you know that we know more than we've ever known before? Whenever information can be used to control you, it's a proven fact that the MK Ultra and everything else has been out there they're feeding you exactly what you want to hear. Look at half of the
other thing is, how do you know the information that you're getting is not just some kind of psyop?
I think
what I'm trying to say though is how do we know that these type of people that or the type of people I disagree with, how do I know they really didn't exist back then and we just didn't know about them because it didn't have the social media stuff and what's going on, the outlets that we have now to hear, like what Brad says, other people's opinion. How do we know that this isn't always been the case, but we're just now seeing
it is. It has always been the case. I think what social media has done is polarized it. And it's allowed those who are at the top of the chain to use it to polarize even more for votes. I mean, look, if we weren't polarized, it'd be a lot harder for Republicans to stay Republicans and Democrats to stay Democrats and maintain their power because they have those two voting blocks. So
I think anybody, maybe this is a hot take too, but anybody that can stand up and say I'm 100% Republican down the line or I'm 100% Democrat down the line is a fucking fool.
Yeah.
Nobody agrees with every single thing on either one of those tickets. Very, very regularly, both parties say something that makes me scratch my head and think this person's not even a human. Like this is AI. This is retarded. And so nobody should be able to stand up and say I'm one or the other down the line.
Yeah.
In person, you can't be.
Yeah. And social media, about 10 minutes after it was born, there were power brokers who were immediately figuring out, okay, how can we use this to propagandize our message?
Our agenda, right. Yeah.
I'd just like to see more people. I saw we had a few people check out of the chat and go away when we started talking about this, and that sucks. That wasn't the intention, but it does kind of bring up a good point. We need more people that can have a conversation like this that don't agree with us. Hop in the chat and challenge us on it.
Yeah.
Any one of us, and stay for the conversation instead of throwing your drink down and saying these people are evil. Have the conversation. Disagree.
that's what the other side's been taught, though. If they don't get their way, that's it. You know, you're hateful, you're evil, you're whatever because you don't have a different. I don't believe a guy can have a period, just like Teresa.
People need to learn how to disagree. That's the bottom line. People need to learn how to disagree.
Prove to me that a guy can have a period. That's what I want to know.
And I mean, if you think that's true and they can, come on here and talk through it. Let's have a logical conversation.
Yeah.
Maybe I've been misinformed. Maybe science taught me wrong. It's
right. Right. Yeah. I mean,
people just check out and they're like, "Well, I can't watch this anymore. Or I can't listen to this anymore." Like
I've always said, I don't understand why two people can be on the opposite sides of the aisle and treat each other so horribly. Why can't you two just sit down in the same room and have a respectful conversation with each other like two adults, and then get up and still be happy with each other, not wanting to murder each other? That makes no sense to me.
Dude,
because they've taught people that you can't because they have a difference of opinion. They are evil. The media and that left side throws around the Nazi term. They throw around everything. I mean, you want to walk down a rabbit hole. I'm really getting going. Y'all ready for this? I'm not a super denier, but I don't think they killed 6 million in the Holocaust. Let's go. Prove they killed 6 million in the Holocaust. And you can look in the media where Jewish people claim 45 times from 1880 to 1945 that 6 million were killed. They claim that 45 times.
I mean, I could show you where it says it.
But you go look at all the where are all the concentration camps that they never found? Where are all the everything they never found?
Auschwitz is on the map.
I know, but I've watched some guys go in there and like cyanide and all that stuff that should be all in this bricks and everything. No, it's not there. Nobody wants to talk about the other side where the Ashkenazi Jews in the Bolshevik Revolution killed millions. When it goes one way,
I don't know. If I stopped talking to people every time I disagreed with what they said, this wouldn't even be a channel. I think with almost everything Chris says.
Well, I think part of the issue is with things is this too, is like up in Washington, listening to people who are there in the area, with the exceptions of a few extreme people on either side of the aisle. It sounds like it's professional wrestling. You have these people, these heels and these baby faces going at each other, and then after the show's over, they're going and getting drinks and partying at the same place. So it's like, and that's like I said, there are exceptions. There are the extremes of both of those parties that are like, they're true zealots for what they're selling. But for the rest of the crew up there, they're just hanging out backstage, partying.
We got to shut the money down. If you shut all the money down, all this stuff goes away.
Term limits. I think that would help a lot.
I think that's
the start.
Yeah. I agree with that word.
The money, our tax dollars are being used to fund all this crazy shit.
The problem is, Brad, we're supposed to be for the people, by the people, and I don't think I've ever met anybody in 49 years. I don't think I've met a person that would be like, term limits is a horrible idea.
Right.
Like I've just never been it. Like the people want it, but the people that are making the laws are never going to agree to that because the money is in not having term limits.
I heard the other day that they're signing a bill in to where if you're in the Congress or whatever, you don't have access to stock information and stuff like that. Because I've always thought the insider information they had, that's how these people become billionaires, millionaires. They go in with $50,000 in their pocket and they come out millions and millions of dollars rich, 4 years later. I mean, what are they doing? You know what I mean? What's really going on? Or 2 years later, however many long term.
I don't think that's a big secret. I mean, it's the worst kept secret ever.
Yeah.
You don't go in with, $100,000 net worth and come out $10 billion net worth and not have been doing some shady
Yeah.
market trading. Like,
Well, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to make decisions on futures of companies and everything else when you know what's going to be in the news before the news what's going to be in the news.
yeah.
So,
Well, here's what I think it all boils down to. I think it boils down to TDS. TDS. I think it all boils down to that.
this stuff was there before that.
No, well, here's why. Let's take Venezuela for example. This is a real good one. So before Trump decided to go in and take the president of so-called president of Venezuela, after he invited Trump to come take him out of his country, the Democrats, or let's just not say Democrats, just say the other side, they wanted him gone too. He was a dictator. They wanted him out of that country. They wanted to overthrow him, this and that and the other. But as soon as Trump stands up and this guy invites him over there to come take him, he goes over there and takes him, he's wrong. Oh, we don't want, I think it's there's so much hypocrisy there that it's just.
I don't think that's it though, Chris. I really don't think that the TDS thing is the thing, because if you talk to people, even if you talk to people who are very much pro-Trump in terms of his policy, like what he's doing in his policies, most people that like the policies that he's doing, that agree with the things he's doing, also think Trump is kind of a piece of shit as a human being. Nobody really likes Trump. He was just the less smelly bowl of shit between two bowls of shit.
Well, that's all. You're also giving people a frame of a question like that because, just hold him up to any other politician and you go, he's better than any of the rest. I mean, that's a leading question that people ask.
Put it in a closet. Just look at what he's done and look at the policy.
I think it's severe entertainment. Look at what he just announced a few minutes ago that on February 1st. I mean, he lays into these people. He's not paying any sanctuary city $1 starting February 1st.
I think he does a lot of stuff. I think he does a lot of stuff intentionally.
Oh yeah,
piss them off. To make them look stupid. I think he does. I really do.
Well, I think he's really good at making people look one way while he does something the other way. I think he's really good at the deal, and that's part of it. I get that. But I'm just saying, when it comes to politicians, Trump being one of them, I do think it's the choice between two bad options. You take the one that fits your lifestyle better.
It has better policies.
Right. You got to vote based on the policy.
Right.
Syndrome.
Well, the difference is, too, that even when you voted on the policies in the past, it never mattered because it never amounted to anything. He's the first one that goes, I'm going to do this. And he sets about doing it.
Yep.
How many lies you got to hear from both sides of the aisle? I don't care. This is a non-politician up there going, you know what? This is what I said I'm going to do. I don't care what y'all said. I'm doing it. They voted.
I don't like the man. He is kind of one of the first ones that said, I'm going to do this, and then did it.
Yeah.
It's what we voted for. So.
Well, so my wife, I hope she's not watching, but so my wife absolutely loved Trump. She loves Trump, President Trump. Okay?
I don't know how anybody could like him as a man. I think as a human being, he's kind of a shit.
And she likes him, and I'm not going to debate that with her, I mean, that's what, but me and my dad, when my dad was alive, he voted for him the first term, but me and my dad both always said the same thing back then, and I still feel this way too. If he keep his mouth shut half the time, I think I would think a little bit better of him. But bottom line is, yes, I voted for Trump, but did I vote for Trump or did I vote for his policies? I voted for his policies because his policy lines up with my belief. And y'all are 100% correct. He's the first man that I've ever known that he says he's going to do something. Guess what? He does it. I mean, we ain't got to worry about. We know when Trump gets on TV and talks and whatever he talks about, we're like, yep, that's going to happen. We know what he's all about.
Well, we know two things when Trump gets on TV and talk. He's going to say something retarded. And then he's also going to do the thing that he said.
Yeah.
So you have to respect that, and you kind of got to take the idiocy that comes with it. And yeah, nobody's like Trump is probably one of the only presidents that we've ever had where I was genuinely like, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do tomorrow. There's been some days I'm like, I voted for this guy, but he worries me sometimes. Like he's doing some weird shit.
I mean, wait a minute. It's like,
hey, the only thing worries me that Trump is doing too much at once. That's because that seems very destabilizing. Yep. But then there's a side of me, the anarchist side of me, is like the only way anything's ever going to change is some stuff gets broken.
Yep.
That's it.
So
yep, I'm the same way with that.
I mean, I'm waiting on the morning to wake up, and then we hear that Trump's paid Greenland residents over there $1 million each to have their country. I'm waiting to hear that.
You know what my problem with Trump is? My problem with Trump is the same problem I have with Pegasus Lounge. Here's what I mean by that. It's like I think there's a better way to lead people and bring everybody along. Disrupting things and is one way to do it. I just don't feel like it's the most effective way to get the most amount of people heading in the same direction. But that being said, you're fighting an uphill battle with media and propaganda and every other scenario and every other not scenario, but just every little piece, every little thing out there that it's going to be hard to ever lead in that kind of way. So I don't know. It's hard to, I don't know how. I think something's kind of broken in a way that it's not going to, I don't think it's going to fix itself. I think it's going to take a special kind of person. Yeah, I think it's going to take a special kind of person and leader to actually kind of bring things back together if it ever comes back together.
There ain't no fixing it. There's too many prophecies. He's the last president. There ain't no fixing it.
Yeah, but see, here's my thing about.
I gotta believe it could be fixed. I think you're gonna have to break it first, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, even going down the prophecy hole, it's like if you take like things in the Bible and in Scripture, it's like people point to prophecies as this or this or this or this, but I say, show me one time in Scripture where they understood things prophecy going forward. They only understood it in reverse, like, oh, okay.
Wait a minute. You mean, wait a minute. Is there a prophecy out there that he's the last president? Is that what you're saying? So does that mean
there are always things can be read that way? But here's my point is I've heard those things since I was a kid about different people. So
right, but does that mean that when his term's up that he never leaves office, or does that mean something else happens?
Oh, you got Chris excited now.
Or there is no office to take.
Right. Right. Is there something else going to happen? That I mean, where is this country going for real? I mean,
let me hold on. Don't go any further down that route. Let me say this. I've got a video that I have to edit that has to be released this afternoon for tomorrow's release. So we're going to end the episode here, but I challenge you other reselling podcasts to pick this conversation up where we left it.
They won't be picking this conversation up.
Trash to Cash. All the other podcasts, pick this conversation up right here.
They won't be picking this conversation.
That'll be fun.
Next time we picked up is Friday night. Let's roll. I'll be
I know Scott can do that.
Scott's the only channel I know that's got the stones to do it.
Well, I mean, if I can get Leroy and Brad and Teresa on board, we could probably do it. It'd be something definitely different. It'd be definitely a great start off for the first show of the year.
Honestly, it's just that's not that interesting to me. I mean, there's things that are just it's super impactful about all of these things really do matter in our world, and at the same time, it's like it's the most boring thing in the world to me. So it's like it's this weird dichotomy of like I know this is like super interesting to me, and this is also the thing that I could care less about at the same time. It's weird.
Yeah, I used to care about it. I don't pay attention to it much anymore.
Shut the TV off, plant a garden.
It's all getting old. It's all getting old news, really.
Hey, all I know is we can end it here, Corey. All I know is the people I have face-to-face conversations with every single day. None of these things are reflected in my everyday life. So,
same.
No, I don't meet a lot of crazy people. I married the one I did know.
Yeah. There's no change in that.
Nope.
We'll see y'all Thursday night on Picking and Grinning, guys. We're back.
We'll call it a day.